Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, The Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, the final episode for the year, Mason.
Ever?
No, for the year, I just said. You're not listening. Where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host, Nick Mason. How do you feel knowing that that is the last time, except for the best of episode, which is going up, where we'll be hearing that particular theme song?
Well, I never hear it, so.
Okay, so you feel fine about it?
You've heard it. It's just struck me you've heard it, every week for almost 10 years.
That's true.
So,
almost 10 years.
Understandably, you would go insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome, folks.
Wow.
Happy holidays and Christmas and
all
so
of those
forth.
things. That's
We're
right.
here. We're sharing a big jug of eggnog.
We certainly are. Just left over from Chrissy Day. Still warm from the sun.
Just two men in a Australian summer drinking a warm egg-based drink. Yum, yum, yum.
I agree. Yum, yum, yum. You know what else I think is yum, Mason?
What's that?
Fresh
news?
Oh, actually, well, that's true. Yes, that. I just want to quickly say, after this, there's the best of. It's going up sometime in January. I can't remember when. And then we'll be on break here until the 23rd. That's the plan, unless something happens.
But of what month? We'll
Yeah, we got That's a trick. No, hopefully the 23rd. Whatever. I think that's the right date, the 23rd. That's the plan. But also, of course, bigsandwich.co. There's going to be stuff going up there every week.
That's right.
That will not stop if you do want to sign up. But of course, no pressure. But imagine the pressure will mount from not hearing us every week.
You think there's a pressure build up there?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see what happens.
I mean, absolutely, folks. If you don't feel like signing up for Big Sandwich, that's totally fine. But let us know how your pressure build up goes.
I love that, Mason.
See what it turns into. Screaming on the top of a mountain? Maybe. I hope so.
So here's the news of the week, and feel free to skip ahead because Roy Collins puts the time codes below who edits this show. There was a big lawsuit over the movie yesterday.
I have that
saw
here.
this.
I'm going to find another bit of news then.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, it's the last episode of the year, so if you don't do a bit of news, you're safe.
Oh, that's true.
I get a reset regardless.
Yeah.
Don't worry, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. Then
Hadn't even occurred. All right, I got no bits of news.
Netflix is cracking down on password sharing.
Wow.
We're gonna
buy Netflix.
talk about Logan's return, how that's happening. Black Adam news.
You mean Logan from Veronica Mars?
That's correct.
That's what I thought.
Black Adam news in terms of what's going to happen with the character, and then what's happening with the Flash, and what's happening with Zachary Levi, and what's happening with Gal Gadot, and what's happening with some other projects that's happening at DC. Then some delays, but not dismays. Tom Cruise does a big stunt. And then we're going to do the Weekly Planet Awards, which is the best and worst of 2022, as voted not only by us, Mason, because we vote, and often it reaches a stalemate. But also 5,000 people took part in the survey that Collins put together. And it's this very interesting results, if you don't mind me saying so.
Because you can click an already listed answer, or you can write in your own.
That's right.
And that's we appreciate that because
there's probably a lot of Blue Harvest jokes in there.
And also, I forget about pretty much every movie we cover and TV series the week after it's happened.
That's true.
I'm glad for people to jog my memory in that way.
You're talking about the movie Uncharted.
Yes.
Which came out in 2018.
That's exactly when it came out, yes. But I'm glad it's had a cultural resurgence this year.
All right, so this is the headline from Variety. Ana de Armas fan lawsuit puts studio at risk over deceptive trailers. So if you didn't know this, I'll just read a bit from the article, an excerpt. 2 Ana de Armas fans filed a lawsuit in January alleging that they'd rented the movie yesterday after seeing de Armas in the trailer, only to discover she was cut out of the final film. The studio's lawyer argued that the trailer is an artistic, expressive work that tells a 3-minute story conveying the theme of the movie and should thus be considered commercial speech. But the US District Judge Stephen Wilson sought to address the concern, saying the false advertising laws only apply when a significant portion or reasonable consumers could be misled, which is what has happened here.
And so these two fans of Ana de Armas, they are requesting the price of their rental, which is $5 million. They want $5 million.
They seek, it
says they are seeking at least $5 million as representatives of a class of movie customers. Does that mean they're going to split it with people? It doesn't seem like
I saw that movie. Do I get some of that money?
In that case.
Yeah.
Get to suing.
Let's drink some more eggnog in celebration of this thing we're going to win. They paid $3.90.
Oh, wait, I haven't seen this movie.
Who hasn't?
I haven't seen it.
Just say you have.
That's too late, but I could rent it now
Yeah.
and watch it.
Well, that's funny you say that. So they
Because
played.
I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this, and there's a screen grab.
Yeah.
And there's Ana de Armas.
She's in the movie.
She's in the movie. I should rent it now.
So they paid $3.99. But the other thing is, they've kept this trailer. They haven't changed it. So they've just let it ride.
Okay.
And people have been saying, well, what does this mean for movie trailers? Like we've seen Infinity War, for example, had them all running towards the camera, and that's a scene that is not in the movie.
That's true.
There's a number of times they'll edit out things, like in the Spider-Man trailer, they edit out the different Spider-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes an actor will... like DC, they just change the whole movie.
That's true,
They've
yes.
changed whole movies like time and time again. So what does that mean for any of that? And this seems like a very specific and misleading situation.
I mean, look,
Because they didn't remove it. They just left it in.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's. I feel like this will get overruled by a judge that isn't an odd character.
Okay,
if
yeah,
you ask
an
me.
odd character,
I don't know
yeah.
anything about this guy, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, it's that is because like that. I feel like that is the cornerstone of a a movie trailer. Is that the timing is such between the trailer coming out and the movie coming out that oftentimes there isn't enough time
Yeah.
to give an updated trailer. When
And often like the footage that goes out, it's just
this
like
is
early
stupid.
stuff.
This lawsuit is stupid.
It is stupid, but it's not wrong in terms of like it was deceptive. She's not in it.
But is it $5 million worth of deception?
I don't know. Let's find out. I guess. Yeah, but
And I guess my question there is, if you rent or buy a movie or go to a movie theater expecting one particular person
yeah,
and they're not in it, is that worth a full refund?
I think at the time probably sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think that would be reasonable. $5 million is obviously not reasonable. I feel in this situation. I mean, I'm not a big fan of anybody enough to do this.
Right, sure.
Like I think everybody involved in this is just. But I saw some people suggesting then all movie trailers need to do is just at the end just put a little disclaimer that said like, oh, this is a
Actually, all the Spider-Men are in this.
yeah, this isn't
Every trailer should say that. All the Spider-Men are in this. So.
That could also get them in trouble, Mason.
no.
But it could say this isn't necessarily representative of the
That's
final
true,
whatever.
yeah.
When they'll be a cleaning product and they're like a duck won't really clean your toilet or whatever.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
And there's no Spider-Man.
This trailer may cause erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. I guess the only example I could think of where I don't even know mad, but more just kind of confused was the thing in that terrible Fantastic Four.
Oh, when
reboot
he leaps from a
and
plane.
whatever, and you think he's going to do a big battle. But even then, after seeing that movie, I'm like, it's just a bad movie. Who cares?
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll find
But
out.
I mean, you could also think there's probably still time to sue the producers of Fantastic Four.
Didn't even think
for
about
that,
Mason.
but also everything else they produced there. It's just
All the Fantastic
all
Four
the
movies.
Yeah, you could sue them all in a bunch. Oh my God. Is that what a class action lawsuit is?
Sure.
You sue a bunch of movies?
God, a lot of stress. A lot of stress, Mason, to willingly put yourself through this. But you know what? Good on it. Good on everybody involved in this. They're
Good
all
on
heroes.
Ana de Armas.
Sure.
Okay, right.
They're all heroes. This is from Forbes, Mason.
Because I guess the premise would have been because
Just to be clear, what Mason is saying is not from Forbes.
No,
like
this is-
he cut into what I was going to say.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
just him saying some direct. Go on.
But if literally any word I say is also in this Forbes article, you are in a lot of trouble, my friend. Because I'll sue you for infringement, I think.
Sue me or Forbes?
Both. Okay. I'm going to do one of those class action lawsuits where I sue you both. I've lost my train of thought now. Something about, as I understand it, the premise was that in the movie, the main character is married or has a partner or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he meets...
He's got a love interest in Lily James, yeah.
Yeah, so, and Ana de Armas was meant to be like someone who sort of tempts him out of his relationship kind of thing. So they cut it out because it was like...
Yeah.
It's a feel-good movie and they don't want him to see him, be morally bankrupt or whatever.
Yeah.
So, credit to Ana de Armas that they were like, there's no way this guy wouldn't leave his wife for Ana de Armas.
It's not even his wife, it's his school teacher friend or whatever who always supports his music.
Okay.
It's a fun Richard Curtis whatever kind of, and they use all...
Is it really a Richard Curtis?
It is a Richard Curtis.
No, it is, but have you read that article?
What's that? What's that?
He didn't write it.
Who wrote it?
But
then?
he purchased the script.
We talked about
this.
this.
We have. He purchased the script with the proviso that he has the sole writing credit on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I should do that.
Yeah, right?
I wonder if I can do it for movies I've already watched.
Mm-hmm.
I'm responsible for Fantastic Four 2015. I will take full credit.
Oh, you are getting on this class action lawsuit, buddy.
Danny Boyle directed it. And it was also nominated for the Teen Choice Award for the Summer Movie Star.
Wow.
One of them, yeah. Oh, there you go.
For the best Ana de Armas scene. they'd already purchased the award before she was cut.
There's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh, my God.
This is from Forbes, Mason, and maybe from you if it's some of your words. Starting in 2023, Netflix will ask those who share passwords to pay a little extra. The streaming platform has already tested this as a $3 add-on in some countries. So basically, if you're password sharing at the moment, which you are, everybody is. There is one Netflix account, and everybody uses it.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
So they've trialed a new thing where if you add an extra person, it's $3, and then they can use it and you whatever, which I think is not unreasonable. And according to Mac Rumors, around 200.
What's he got to say about this?
It says around.
I love this guy.
222 million.
He's shaped like a big moon. And he tells you, he's in the sky and he tells you all the rumors.
His head would be not the moon. It'd be like one of those old fluoro Macs,
Yeah, okay, sure.
What do you think of that? And his face is
I love it,
it's
yes.
like a digital.
And he's like, kill me. I'm full of rumors. I don't want to live.
It's not circ, it's just paper. It's just paper jammed in my head. Handwritten notes. Around 222 million paying households share passwords, with an additional 100 million households that Netflix wants to monetize. So apparently it's worth, if they pull this off, it's worth something like $750 million a year for them, or one red notice to make this.
I mean, this is just another fascinating piece of business from Netflix, a company that is insanely bad at business, but is just they got the momentum early and have just, they haven't lost it yet. First of all.
They lost a bunch, they lost millions earlier this year in people and subscribers.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
I mean,
make good movies, maybe.
And look, first of all, I reckon every time they've added $5 to the price of Netflix, they should have just let you share your password with somebody else. And I think at this point we're all up to 6 extra people or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. And also there's that ad.
It's like $25 now.
Yeah,
it's the most expensive one.
You can do the ad.
Ad-supported option,
tier or
right,
whatever.
yeah.
Do you have your own or do you share actually?
No, I have my own.
I have my own too. We should share. Oh, we can't because of this thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Damn,
that's right.
That sucks for us.
Right.
So yeah.
But secondly, I feel like this is similar to piracy, movie piracy.
Yeah.
Not piracy in the high seas, but maybe a little bit.
Sure.
But we're going to make the CEO of Netflix walk the plank.
That's fun.
But also, people who are sharing an account, it's people who are not necessarily they're not gonna pay for Netflix in its entirety anyway.
No.
So maybe even $3 is too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You might be right.
You might be like, hey man, we're gonna keep you on, but could you chip in $3 a month? And they're like, no. See you later.
But if it was my parents or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pay for it, whatever. But if it was somebody a mate, I'd be like, no, I'm not paying for your Netflix. You dirtbag. You work at a bank. Use your banking money to
use the big bank money.
Yeah.
Just take some of the big bank money out of the
fucking
vault.
Sell out fuck, I will say.
That's right. In fact, get me some of the money out of the vault. I've got a gun. This is a robbery now.
Oh, we're just catching up for a drink at the pub.
Yeah. Got a gun.
I'm going to wait here with a gun. You go get me that money. Oh, God.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know.
This is not surprising. I know it needed to happen, but also it needs to be simple. Because if it's not, people will just start pirating again. And that's how it goes.
But again, every decision they make, I'm staggered that there hasn't been a mass exodus. And I think it's just because...
It's easy to not.
It's just easy to not. Exactly, yeah. It's just... And they have that first mover advantage where everybody's like, yeah, got Netflix. Yeah. I'll drop Disney Plus or whatever. I'll drop whatever.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, I can't leave Netflix because Stranger Things.
Yeah.
There's going to be another season of Stranger Things in 2 years probably. So I can't.
God, you can't miss that, can you?
That's right.
My goodness. So yeah, there you go. This is via Sirius XM, Mason. Logan's return.
Whoa.
Anyway, they said, how's Wolverine gonna come back?
Who's this? Is this
somebody says to him. Okay. And then he goes, and then we made
one of the interchangeable Sirius XM hosts.
Exactly.
It's not what's his name? Roger Stern. What's the guy's name?
Howard Stern?
Howard Stern.
What's he up to?
He's still around. He did an interview with Bruce Springsteen the other day. People seem to really
okay. He's not doing the rude stuff anymore. He's not like, what's your
Maybe
dick?
he's a rude
He's not
interview.
like, what's your dick like or whatever.
Hey, Bruce, what's your dick like? What's your dick like growing up in New Jersey? What's it like now you're a Hollywood liberal elite? How's your Hollywood liberal elite dick, Bruce Springsteen? And there's a guy in the back going, waka, 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 you know. I don't listen to
And
it.
there's a woman who goes, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Etc. And so on. And then we made Logan, and I was super happy with it. I don't know what he was saying before. But all because of this device they have in the Marvel world of moving around timelines, now we can go back because it's science. And so I don't have to screw with the Logan timeline, which was important to me, and I think probably to the fans too. So they're going to do time travel and just snatch him out of time, I guess, at some point. Do you think they're going to grab old Wolverine or slightly younger Wolverine?
I think they're going to go with... that's a great question. I mean, jokes abound with any option, really.
I love jokes.
Because if he's old Wolverine, Deadpool can be like, you're so old, you know? But if he's young,
Yeah.
Deadpool could be like, one day you're going to be so old.
Yeah.
You're gonna die in a forest. Logan, let me tell you, in the future, you're gonna be killed by a clone of yourself.
It's gonna be
You're gonna
wild.
be buried in a forest, and they're gonna put a little. You're gonna have a barely marked grave. A child is gonna
That
bury
stick
you.
is going to fall over.
Yeah, it's gonna form an X.
Yeah.
So, oh my, you're gonna.
No, but the
love
stick will fall over. No
Yeah,
one
yeah.
will know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then people will forget. Someone will find him.
Some of that great comedy that Deadpool is known for.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But someone will metal detect her.
And then he'll
eventually.
teabag the grave. Deadpool will teabag the grave.
Look at this.
Yeah, right.
Look at this, everyone. He's rude.
He is rude. It's true.
Don't you think someone would eventually find his bones, though, a prospector or something?
Because they're adamantium.
Because they're adamantium.
Yeah, almost immediately. I would
Be a
guess.
laser that could find it from space or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
Someone with mutant powers, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a
Or
mutant.
a metal detector.
Or a metal detector.
Or just a shovel
Yep.
digging up a grave digger.
Yeah, sure. Just
Yeah.
picking a random spot in the forest.
Yeah.
Let's talk Black Adam.
Somebody
mate.
digging a toilet in the forest, you know?
Yeah, to do a big bush poo, yeah. Mason, Black Adam news.
Go on.
The Rock has released a statement.
Oh my goodness.
It's not good, Mason.
This is not a movie that should have any form of statement released for it. And
Well,
yet
here's one.
there's been multiple.
This is one.
Okay, I'm excited for it.
James Gunn and I connected, and Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. However, DC and $7 have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in the future DC multiverse chapters.
Is that the budget that Black Adam 2 is going to get? $7?
I'm going to talk about budget stuff in a minute. James and I have known each other
Good
for
joke,
years.
though, I think.
That thing you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, Mason.
Thanks,
Is that
man.
what you think, is it?
Yeah.
Is that what you
I
think?
thought it was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the last episode for the year. I'm going to let that one slide.
Yes.
But if that was up top, if that was fresh,
Oh, yeah.
that's not you coming out of the gate with
Oh,
that.
like
Not-
January.
Not good enough. You're on notice.
Oh, no.
And James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other to succeed. It's no different now, as I always root for for DC and Marvel to win and win big. Is that him saying and Marvel? And Marvel anybody? You know,
And other franchises.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. I've always rooted for that to win big.
it's true. This is the
The
way.
Pain and Gain universe. I always wanted that to win big. I'll take I'll take any role at this point.
He says, "You guys know me." I always find funny.
Ballers, the ball
Ballers, I want them to win big. They're all winning big there. You know what someone said? It's often a YouTuber. I'm sure I've said it, where they're like, you guys know me. And I'm like, I don't know you. Like, I know what you put out. I've seen some of your work, but I don't know you at all. So I don't know. So he's like, I have a really thick skin. You might, or you might have good PR. I don't fucking know. Anyway, and you can always count on me to be direct with my words. These decisions made by James and DC leadership represent their vision of the DCU through the creative lens, etc. and so forth. Tremendous gratitude, humility, and love. That's what he's leaving. On top, so it's done for now, but
Sure.
it might pop up in a multiverse something down the line.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Also, he apparently, this is via the direct, politely turned down a cameo in The Flash. If I was him, I would just cameo everything. If you want to get your claws in this,
Yes.
you got to keep popping up so people go, that's the guy.
That's the guy from the thing
Oh,
earlier.
the movie.
We didn't like him earlier, but now he's in the new thing, so now we do love him.
We recognize him.
If they recast him, we'd riot.
We like this. Or we see it. We've seen him. I guess ideally what you want to do is have him cameo a bunch of times and then show up in his own movie. But I guess,
Bingo.
I don't know. I mean, they would have cut this out anyway if he was in The Flash.
That's
I
true,
assume,
yeah.
Which we talked about last week. But apparently reshoots, though, after a poor test screening for the first Black Adam, took 20 days and cost $70 million, which brought the budget up to $260 million.
That's a lot of money.
I agree. It's more than $7. Am I right?
Ha ha! Nice. Nice.
It's a good joke any time of year.
Can I use that in my private life?
I don't think so, Mason.
Come on.
I don't think so. Who are you telling that to anyway?
No,
Who's going to get that in your...
No one. No one outside of this room, honestly. I'm including the listeners.
Yeah, of
The
course.
listeners
Yeah,
are
that's
all in
right.
the
We're
room.
all in the room.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
really good stuff. Let me ask you this question, James.
Yeah.
At what point do you think the general public will get sick of the multiverse?
That's a great question.
Because they did in the comic book universe.
Yes.
You know, as we've mentioned, you know, DC had the Crisis on Infinite Earths because DC had infinite Earths and people were really confused when they'd open up a comic book and it was 3 Supermen and a good Lex Luthor fighting an evil Superman
Yep.
and a bunch of evil Lex Luthors. And they're like, what are the stakes here? Because if any of them
Exactly.
die, it doesn't matter because there's an infinite.
There's another
there's
one.
an infinite number of more of them, and et cetera and so forth. And there was like you could open up a comic book and there'd be prime of his life Batman and also like retirement age Batman. And
Yep.
maybe they're teaming up. Maybe he's married to Catwoman. Maybe he's not. And you'd be like, I don't understand.
What's this?
And I'm very curious as to whether. But that's also because comic books came out every month.
Yeah.
Multiple ones every month. So I would imagine this has a longer shelf life than the comics. But I wonder if it'll be. I wonder if cracks will start forming when people realize that Kang died in the TV series Loki, and now he's back in Ant-Man Quantumania.
I mean, that would also depend on who's seen what.
Loki, both of them.
I
yeah.
guess.
But I think it is I think it could very well be the case of when the general audience realize that if a character dies, it doesn't matter because they can just come back in.
Yeah, as whatever.
Yeah.
Either a recast or a different thing.
Because then people will be like, well, the stakes mean nothing. But then maybe people don't really care about that.
Well, maybe, yeah. I think ultimately it comes down to good storytelling that people can also follow and can be excited for.
That's true.
But yeah, the idea of a multiverse and there's 18 different everybody's is, I don't know. We'll see, won't we? I think in hindsight, the restraint that Doctor Strange showed was probably a really good idea, seeing as they're building up to something much bigger. I saw this also on Twitter. I want to talk
Something
about
to do with rings or something.
Probably. Now, have you been reading any of the current Dark Crisis run, which is happening?
No, what is the Dark Crisis? Tell me
Great
about
question.
this.
Don't know. But
Okay.
basically, I was going to say The Rock. I mean, they're one and the same. Black Adam is having a bit of a situation at the moment where because it was coinciding with his movie, he's kind of a good guy now. He's kind of like, I'll protect anybody for anything, where in the past he was just like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about anything. Anyway, so this happens. He says Black Adam, and he shares his powers, and literally every DC character gets Black Adam powers. Superman, Batman, all various Robins, Wonder Woman, and all of that. Because the thinking was, as they often do in the comics, you change, you bring characters to the forefront.
Yes,
and have
exactly.
them-
Yeah, this is going to be a huge blockbuster hit. They
Yeah.
thought, and so there's been there's an inbuilt delay there. There's kind of
Exactly.
because you got to solicit those comics and then you got to write them and draw them or what have you. And they're like, okay, well, Black Adam's still going to be in cinemas right now.
Yeah.
And so when this comes out, this will be hot off the press, and people will be streaming out of the cinema, then streaming back into the cinema to watch Black Adam again, and then streaming out and back in, and so on and so forth for a few days.
And
at a
while they're
time.
lining up, they're watching Red Notice on their phones.
Exactly. And then once they are too tired to even look at a screen anymore, they'll drag themselves out of the cinema and they'll crawl into the nearest comic book shop and they'll be like, need more Black Adam, exhausted but need more
Correct.
Black Adam.
Yeah.
Dark Crisis, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just shove a bunch of
Dark
copies.
Crisis, okay?
Dark Crisis, okay. I'll just shove all these into my messenger bag and leave. But clearly that has not worked out.
And if there was any kind of great aside that DC were banking on The Rock being a big, huge character, what do you think of this?
Oh, he looks exactly like The Rock now.
It's just The Rock
He's
with
doing
hair.
he's doing the people's eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think they should have burned that hair off, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe they were planning on.
I mean, that was a good splash page, though. Where
It's
he
a
gets
great
all
splash
the-
page. I mean, I haven't read the comic. Apparently, it's all right. But they really Black Adam'd it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Everybody's there, and everybody's got Black Adam powers. There's nothing wrong with that,
Great.
unless there is, which there seems to be. So Zachary Levi, people were like, "Well, I hope you're still going to be around because you're in Shazam."
Yeah, I saw him do a little clip on
Where he was
Twitter
like,
or
"Be
something.
nice to James Gunn and whatever."
Yeah.
He did do that. Anyway, he said, "Ooh, I really wouldn't go believing everything you see on the internet." This is about him being recast.
Is that Zachary Levi's
This is Zachary-
catchphrase?
Yeah. Ooh. No, that's not. He says,
Because that's trademarked by Vin Diesel, I think.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
No, Vin. It's a different intonation. Ooh.
very good. No, this is his catchphrase.
Mine is more like if you're being presented by a delightful dessert after dinner and you initially think you can't fit it in, but it's so delightful, you're like, ooh. Well, that's what we can agree on, brother. Ooh.
Is it fair to say that this will be the best one?
In my heart, yes.
No, Zachary Levi's catchphrase, it turns out, is, I'm Gucci. He says, I'm Gucci, Ash. We all Gucci.
Well, that's just terrific, isn't it?
How old is this guy? They'd be saying stuff
It's
like this.
impossible to know, isn't it? Isn't he in his 40s? I think
Yeah, he's in his 40s, yeah.
Okay, right.
He's having a good time. He's having a good celebrity time. Maybe I'm going to adopt I'm Gucci. Mason,
I think, yes.
I'm Gucci.
I think you should maybe...
I am Gucci.
I think maybe you should pick a brand that's more, relevant to your general lifestyle.
Okay. I'm local IGA supermarket.
Nice. That's it. I love it.
Thank you. So basically there was a...
I'm Target Men's Department.
there was basically a lot of talk about James Gunn is going to recast everybody except Suicide Squad.
Right.
Including someone called McLean W, who talked to him on Twitter, and James Gunn responded, I keep seeing posts with this untrue theory. We're not recasting everyone except the Suicide Squad. He also says he hasn't booted Gal Gadot.
Interesting.
So she might return, which I think is fine. So, and that someone also...
That's the reaction we want.
No,
That's
I
what
like
DC
it. I
wants.
think it's better than fine. It's good. I mean, the rest of them, I get why some of them are going, some of them are staying. But James Smith said to him...
Fake name, first of
I
all.
agree. Are you producing any Elseworld DC projects that aren't set in the DCU? And James Gunn says, this is actively happening. Just to quickly get back to the... Oh, he also says apparently we're going to get some announced projects in January.
Okay.
But not all. I think Shazam continuing depends on box office, and then they'll go from there.
Yes.
They'll be like, do people like this? Oh, they do. Okay.
Cancelled.
Can-
Cancelled. We're cancelling the sequels. From now on, we're only doing things people don't like.
Also, you don't really want to... that's their next movie coming out, and you don't really want to come out and go... This will all be gone. Even though we know that for most of these,
Yes.
who knows what's happening with the Flash?
Yeah.
Well, we know the Flash will
Yeah. But it's
definitely
also
be
interesting
recast,
that
but-
we've sort of been conditioned to feel like a movie isn't worth watching unless it's connected to a larger multiverse.
Yeah, which is silly, Mason. That's silly.
It is silly.
Because I watched Glenn Ross this week. I did for real, and that's not connected to anything, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
except for the Late Show sketch, Glenn Ridge.
Is that really?
Yes.
That's fun, Mason.
That is fun, yeah.
Is it actually they get Glenn Ridge for real?
They do get Glenn Ridge, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, I gotta watch that. Anyway, I'll talk about Glenn Ross later.
Incredible. Why did you do that?
It's just on. I went, I've never seen that.
On the
I watched it.
television?
I saw it on it's on a streaming service. Which
Okay,
one?
right.
Mason.
You went to the section
Mason.
movies for dads.
Yes, that's right. Mason.
Yes?
Delays but not dismays.
Wait, we didn't talk about Elseworlds.
Okay, go. Elseworlds.
Maybe the one where Batman's a vampire.
And that's everything.
All right then.
No,
Great.
what else? What would you like to see?
Ah.
Gotham by Gaslight.
Yes, okay.
Old Batman.
Sure, yep.
Super young Batman.
Very-
Batman babies. There you go,
Yes.
Mason. That's my joke now.
All right, you can have that. I was done with it. So,
What other Elseworlds?
well, I mean, that's because the thing about Elseworlds is that a lot of the time it is a very well-established character with a little twist to it.
Superman
if they-
Red Son, how about
well,
that?
exactly. But if they do that, if they do like alternate reality Batman, do they get new recast of Batman?
Yeah.
Is it or do you somehow bring back Cavill even though he's been quit and
Well,
fired?
maybe.
and-
I mean, Kingdom Come is Elseworlds,
That's true,
technically.
yeah.
What about Superman Red Son?
Yes.
What about Batman, but he's Superman, and Superman, but he's Batman?
Yes.
However
And
many
he's
times
also
I've-
Green Lantern.
And he's also Green Lantern or whatever. Yeah.
Terrific.
And there's heaps they could do. It's probably too many. I like Batman Year 100.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
cool.
remember that
I like that one.
Does
There's
that
also,
have the real grotty looking art?
yeah, it's real
okay.
grubby. It looks
Yes.
like Aeon Flux.
Yeah.
What about the one where Superman's in the future and he looks like Santa Claus and he's got two big machine guns?
Yes, he's got
and
huge
whatever.
guns.
And he kills clones of Hitler or something.
What about Batman Digital Justice, one of the earliest computer-generated graphic novels?
That makes me sick, Mason.
You should Google it real quick.
You should Google it.
Just have a look at it.
I do remember this, but I can't remember the art. Batman Digital Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Is it actually a digital story? Or is it about like
Yeah, it's future
I was
Batman.
going to say the manosphere.
It's about the manosphere.
Oh, this is horrendous. It's even worse than I remember. Look at these pixels, Mason.
James, I don't have to look at because I have a hardcover cover
Looks
copy.
like
of that.
Lawnmower Man, but look at this Joker.
That's great stuff.
Yuck.
I have that, and I have Iron Man Crash, which is the first ever all-digital graphic novel.
What's that one like?
They're not great, but I think they're delightful.
It's of a certain era.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Mason, is it Delays but Not Dismays?
Yes.
Perfect. You're going to hate this.
Oh, come on.
The movie 65, Adam Driver.
What we just talked about.
We talked about it. Yeah. It's been moved from March 10th of 2023 to March 17th, 2023. That's a 1 week delay. What are you going to do?
Well, I'd built my entire life around watching it the day it came out on March 10th, 2023.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to have to get probably hard drugs.
How about some good news, though?
Okay.
I mean, get the drugs too.
Yeah.
But how about some good news?
Okay.
It's been confirmed that Invincible Season 2 has a release window,
That's terrific.
2023.
That's next year.
At some point. I would say if they're saying that vague, it's probably like October.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to be surprised, but otherwise it'd be like March.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. March, because we're going to crunch everyone.
Because didn't they hadn't started it at all when it finished, and then there was a bunch of like legal stuff
Yes,
and
yeah.
animation problems and
will
crunch,
it get
etc.
cancelled and etc.
And will it get cancelled
Yeah.
and etc.
Anyway, that sounds all Gucci.
Anyway, that's good. Anyway, Tom Cruise was like, "Welcome to cinema." Ah! And he fell off the thing, but he doesn't scream.
I hope this is the one. He said.
To die? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
okay.
could never know them. Would you ask?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
Probably.
If Tom Cruise leapt off a thing and said, I hope this is the one, would you afterwards approach him and go, what did you mean by that?
100%.
Oh, okay.
I want to know the inner workings of Tom Cruise's mind, but I also feel like it's one of those things, if you looked into it, I don't know. I don't know what would happen to me. I'd turn into him. I'd turn to dust.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd turn into him for a little bit, and then I'd burn out.
Yeah.
Like I'd run hot
That's
for like
exactly
6 hours and then explode.
Exactly right, yes.
Anyway, so for those people who didn't see it,
That's probably what he does. He probably, his spirit transfers into like, his spirit's going to transfer into Glenn Powell when he dies, but then Glenn Powell's going to run hot and have a real sick run of
Oh, I
of
thought you
action.
meant it's a different Tom Cruise every 6 hours. It's just his spirit just jumping from body to
Yeah,
body.
maybe, sure. Okay, that could work too. I like that too.
So he's taken off the side of a helicopter and he's like, "What? We love cinema and come to cinemas and we're filming Mission Impossibles." And then he goes, "I'll see you later." And he jumps off and then he's like, "I'm doing a parachute."
See you at the movies.
Yeah.
So as I understand it, we don't have these here, but I believe Nicole Kidman appears at the front of a
AMC,
cinema chain,
yeah,
AMC,
yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, what's
Hello.
hello? I'm Nicole Kidman. How about those movies or whatever?"
And she's right.
She's not wrong.
How about 'em?
those movies? Exactly. But I can't help but feel like Tom Cruise maybe his closest cinema is the AMC, and he goes and watches a movie, and his ex is on screen, 20 feet high, and then like he comes out of the cinema, and Christopher McQuarrie or whatever, he sees an incoming call from Tom Cruise, and Cruise is like, "We got to do another one." I'm about cinema. I'm the cinema. She's not the cinema. I'm the cinema.
I'm already in the plane. Get up here.
I'll pick you up on the way. You got that skyhook thing?
I'll drop a rope ladder.
He's got that weird hook from the Dark Knight.
Just
Christopher McQuarrie releases a balloon. He's like, and he releases the balloon.
Just yanked out of
Yeah.
his bedroom through the window.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom. They're tied together forever, aren't they?
I guess so, yeah.
Physically and emotionally. Yeah, you might be right. I know he says he sees movies. I don't think that's true.
You think?
I don't think he's seen any movies because he's never been able to name a movie.
It's true. That is true, yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but if he does see movies, he's got like a setup. He's not going to movies.
No, absolutely not, yeah.
He can't.
But also, I feel like he is the kind of guy who would want the authentic experience. Like, he'd want it. So they would.
Oh, like he'd be the best at going to movies?
Yeah, so-
But there would be more like him lining up for popcorn and stuff.
They would
like,
build that into his house.
Yeah, you're right.
There'd be a
They
line
would,
of
yeah.
Scientology people who simulate him waiting in line for popcorn. And he would get the version that you get at the AMC cinemas with Nicole Kidman out the front.
Oh,
because
God.
he's like, I want the authentic movie experience, even though I will not leave my house for it.
I want this. I want a 300-seat cinema
Yeah.
and fill it with dummies and Scientologists.
That's right.
Yeah. I want a packed theatre.
But I want five empty seats to either side of me.
Yeah. Oh, man, the dream. Me too, actually. Yeah. Have you ever? I've bought 2 tickets for me and somebody else to see something, and then if they can't make it, I'm just like, I'm keeping that free.
I've
just
never
in
done
case.
this, but
Yeah.
somebody told me a trick once.
Yeah.
That what you do is when you get in the cinema early,
Yeah.
and you sit down in your seat, and you go on there.
Oh, you change it.
No,
yeah.
you go in the booking system, and you like put like 10 seats in your cart that are all around yours, and so nobody can buy them.
It only lasts like 5-10 minutes, though, doesn't it?
Well, that's all you need.
That's all you need. It's true.
Yeah.
I've actually switched seats in cinemas. Like I've gone on the app and I'm like, I can't sit next to this dude. He breathes very loudly.
Is there a button for that?
No, you go into the app and you move the
Oh.
on Hoyts you can, and at the Village also, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a good trick.
You click the I've got a heavy breather button.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then ejects him into the roof and kills him.
Oh, no.
All right, Mason.
Yes.
It's time for the Weekly Planet Awards, everybody, 2022.
Huzzah!
We say to each other, look at all these categories. We've got best and worst of various franchises, etc., and so forth, TV shows and whatnot. We're going to go through, we've got listener results. Again, Collins put out this poll. 5,000 people decided to play along with this, Mason.
They said I've got a free afternoon.
That's right.
Let's
So
make this happen.
We'll talk it through each other. We'll decide on what we think, and if we
Yes.
can't decide, we'll just have to. It's like a jury, Mason. It's like a jury. Edit this out, Collins. It's like a jury, Mason.
Oh, yes.
And if we get locked, we have to go back. The judge will be like, "Get back in there and you figure this out."
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're a two-man jury.
We're a two-man jury. Edit this out, Collins. Two-man jury. So yeah, there's a number of categories. So we just get straight into it.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so we got to start with the best Star Wars.
Ooh.
What's in the list, Mason?
There's a few things from the list. Andor.
That's that one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. It's pretty
Next
much-
category. No, what else have we got?
Well, we also have Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yep.
Probably others.
Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
And Zen, Grogu, and Dust Bunnies. I didn't see the Grogu one, but I did see the others. I liked elements of Kenobi. Overall, I thought it was okay.
You thought it was Kenobi.
Okay.
Nice. Great.
Tales of the Jedi was great. That was probably my second favorite thing, but yeah, definitely Andor at number one. And if you look at the results, Mason, if you're looking at them right now,
I was, but then...
at 4% is Tales of the Jedi, at 15% is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and at 77% is the Book of Boba Fett. People are loving the return of Boba Fett, Mason.
Mr. Boba Fett.
I'm joking, it's Andor, of course. Everybody likes Andor the most, and that's fun. Do you have both the awards sheet and the other thing?
I'm opening them right now, yes.
Terrific.
Terrific, right?
Pretty solid year for Star Wars, I guess. I mean, if Andor didn't come out, maybe I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And I
yeah,
just
yeah.
saw it, to be fair, also.
But and look, you know, as you mentioned, I think when we reviewed it extensively, not all Star Wars is like this, nor should it be like this.
No.
You know, the entire premise of Star Wars is that it's kind of rip roaring fun, kind of, you know, pulp
Yep.
action, you know, silly shooting and
Yep.
space wizards and so forth.
Correct.
So it can't all be, you know, dour
Yeah.
meditations on extremism and
Yeah.
and building a revolution. And
Or
what
can
have
it,
you.
or can it?
I guess it can, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Next up, we've got Best of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I cannot believe how much stuff there is here. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I Am Groot, Thor Love and Thunder, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, Morbius, I guess, by default, Mason,
Sure,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
Vulture went to talk to him.
That's true. It's technically connected in a vague way.
She-Hulk Attorney at Law and Werewolf by Night. How you
Yeah.
feeling about all of these?
I honestly thought there were more.
More than this?
Yes.
Well, you also got to look at, so if you look at Moon Knight, that was this year, crazy. If you look at Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk,
Yeah.
and I Am Groot, all of those are multiple episodes. So that's probably why it
Yeah.
feels like more. I Am Groot's a bit of fun. My kids love that, actually.
I didn't see it. But
He's an absolute flippin' psycho,
I
that,
like the look.
that little gremlin.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's killing all sorts
Which
of
version
peeps.
of Groot is it?
Baby Groot.
So like the Guardians 2.
Baby Groot.
Yeah, I know who Baby Groot is.
You don't know nothing.
But I thought maybe it was might have been the previous Baby
Oh,
Groot.
okay, yeah. First Baby Groot. Maybe it is, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You know what? This year I'm sort of leaning towards the smaller stuff. The
Like the Werewolf by Night?
Yeah.
Like your Morbius?
Guardians. No, not the Morbius. You tried to sneak that in, but it's not going to work.
I would never.
Guardians, I mean, you know, there was some... In retrospect, this is all pretty solid stuff except for Thor Love and Thunder, which is garbage.
And Morbius, which
And
is...
Morbius, which was garbage.
Yep.
And came out in 2006. But But the best time I had, I think, was maybe She-Hulk Attorney at Law, but just I don't know, maybe it might have been Werewolf by Night for me personally.
That was good.
Yeah,
I would
nice
say
change of pace.
Yeah,
Self-contained. We got
some fun. Do you want to turn your mic a little bit more that way?
No,
that might be better. I don't have headphones on.
Okay,
but yeah, no, I see what you're saying. That was good and fun. I feel the same way about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. My favorite movie was definitely Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I agree.
And it's not just because of the multiverse stuff. I think
also the madness stuff.
The madness stuff is good. I just think I don't know, it was the most interesting to me, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Wakanda Forever was it was so sad.
Yes.
And that's not to be like, that's a bad thing. It's just like, God, this is depressing.
And I think, and it's a good movie. But again, like with Star Wars, when I think of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
you want a good fun time?
Good fun time.
Right. I'm going to go with Doctor Strange too. What are you going to go with?
Well, I'm going to go with Werewolf by Night, just because it was sort of, it's a thing that I never would have thought Marvel would ever put out.
Yeah.
And look, I maybe for me a second place would be She-Hulk, just because it's exactly what I thought it would be, and it was a bit of fun. And I read She-Hulk comics in the 90s or whatever, and they were,
and it was that.
It's very much in the spirit of that.
Remember when she jumped out of the TV and stuff?
I do remember when she jumped out of the TV and stuff.
Too.
All right, well, let's go to the results.
What do we got?
And the listeners went with number 1, Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
With a solid 19.1%.
Yep.
Number 2, Wakanda Forever.
Ooh, right behind it though.
But Werewolf by Night.
At 18. Oh, no, so Wakanda Forever got 18.8 and Werewolf by Night got 16. So all those are really close. So that is...
That's interesting. I think, and maybe... Again, there's no way for us to know how these did, especially the Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe special presentations are the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they're the new Marvel one shots where they sort of trial run stuff, and if people like it, then maybe it gets turned into a full series or a movie or something.
What I think is interesting about those results is that they're so close together. It's 90%, 18%, 16%. We don't have the spread of the rest of the stuff because we've only got the top 3 results here. But I think that goes to show that, that's not like an 80% this.
Yes.
Which looks as if people were really divided on what they enjoyed. And maybe that speaks to why people are just like, I don't know if I like this anymore, because everybody likes different aspects of it.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of not liking things anymore.
Yeah.
The next category, Best of the DC Extended Universe.
Mason, read all the categories.
God, all right, deep breath. Black Adam Peacemaker. Look, I don't want to guess. I don't want to make a wild assumption as to where this goes. But it's going to be Peacemaker, right?
Yeah, it is. And I guess also, yes. Also, Black Adam wouldn't have won if it was the only thing released. I couldn't give it an award, Mason, quite frankly. Now, bear in mind, there was a Batman movie this year.
Yes.
But it's not set in that continuity.
In the DC Extended Universe.
You're not going to believe this, Mason. And over the results, Peacemaker got 95% and Black Adam got 0%. No, it got 5%.
Right.
Who's picking Black Adam? That's a joke, right? Nobody who saw those two would have picked Black Adam. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe it's people who don't like anything Gunn puts out. Maybe they didn't like the Suicide Squad, and maybe they're like, this guy,
gross and whatever.
And it's interesting, and it's maybe it's Cena fans versus The Rock fans here.
Oh man, I don't like the sound of that. It sounds dangerous,
exactly right,
Mason. And we got best comic book movie
overall. So we got the Batman.
We've got Black Adam.
Interesting.
It's interesting that they even put that in here.
Right?
Yeah.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Thor: Love and Thunder, yuck.
Morbius.
Double yuck.
Was Morbius the worst, or do you think it's Thor: Love and Thunder for you?
I think Thor and Love.
We'll probably get to worst, won't we?
We will, I'm sure.
Or we can just do it now, I guess.
I think it's Thor: Love and Thunder, just because
it's Morbius.
It is Morbius. But if both of those were in contention, I wouldn't give them an award. I wouldn't give out any awards. I'm James. I wouldn't give out any awards.
I respect this stance that you're taking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But let's see what the listeners liked.
Wait, what'd you pick for best? What did you pick?
Batman.
Yeah, same. I know that's boring to be like Batman had another good movie, but I really liked it. I thought it was terrific, and it surprised me that I'm like, Batman's still good.
I think there were some legitimate critiques around, the characterization of the Riddler, perhaps. But I think that was a great performance by Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Yeah.
So I think that that's pretty good. And the supporting, just Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Wonderful. And all the various mobsters and so forth.
Yeah. John Turturro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a gross Gotham, which is actually mostly just screens.
Yeah.
which I think they hid really well. Yeah, very good.
But the
What are
listeners
the
said,
results? What do we got here, Mason?
at number 1, The Batman at 80%.
We were right again.
Number 2, Multiverse of Madness, 8%. And number 3, Wakanda Forever. And
Wow,
then
that
the
is
rest.
heavily Batman
Yeah.
skewed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it'd be that close. Best comic book series.
I mean, we can't rule out bots, can we?
Yeah, we probably could.
No, we definitely
Bots
could.
aren't finding this,
It's
I assume.
No, well, see, here's the thing. I paid for some bots.
Oh, did you?
I paid for like 4,500 bots.
Okay, that's
so-
good. That gives us a good idea of how many bots there are. What do we got here? Best comic book series. Jeepers Creepers is a lot, Mason.
The Boys Season 3, The Flash Season 8,
Hadn't
Harley
seen
Quinn
it.
Season 3.
Haven't seen it all.
I Am Groot,
Seen that.
Moon Knight,
Yep, saw
Ms.
that.
Marvel,
Yep, saw that,
Peacemaker, The
yep.
Sandman,
Ooh.
She-Hulk, Superman and Lois Season 2, The Umbrella
finish it
Academy
yet.
Season 3, The Walking Dead Season 11. My goodness.
God damn, this is a...
Just as a side note, somebody pointed out recently, I saw this on Twitter, that the Flash TV series debuted within the same week of the announcement of the Flash movie. And the 9th season of the Flash is on the way.
That's fun.
They've filmed 9 seasons of the Flash, and the Flash movie is still not out.
Doesn't seem right.
Doesn't seem right at
I mean,
all.
for multiple reasons, that
Yeah.
doesn't seem right.
Yeah. This is a good.
Okay, my top for me would be The Boys.
Uh-huh.
It would be Harley Quinn if I could watch it on anything. I've got no idea what it's on.
I think it's on binge.
Might be
now.
on binge, okay. It would be Peacemaker, The Sandman. I like She-Hulk.
Yep.
Umbrella Academy. I haven't finished Super the Man and Lois.
Super the Man and Lois.
Super the Man and Lois. I think it might be it's either Peacemaker or Sandman.
Yeah. And look, little lower profile, but I think the Umbrella Academy. That's
really
always,
like it.
That's
It's always
always a good
good, yeah.
time. It's always good, and it's
weird and fun.
weird and fun,
apocalyptic,
and there's no obviously even though it's based on a comic book, there's no clearly the creators went just do whatever you need to do, whatever works better on screen as opposed to on the page you could do, which is great for me because it is surprising. You know? Even if you've read it, you can be like, I have no idea where this is going to go, which I think is great.
True. I think I'm going to have to say The Sandman, though. What are you going to say?
I am going to go with Peacemaker, I think.
I think that's fair.
Just
good.
Just good and just fun and funny and weirdly violent and just John Cena just making a real meal of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a delight.
It was really good. I enjoyed the creativity of The Sandman, and I like the episodic nature of it, where it's like, this is a different episode than the previous episode. It didn't feel like one extended narrative.
Yes.
Which it was obviously also. You didn't know what you were going to get with each episode.
That's true, yeah.
And some of them were like connected directly, but some of them were just like, this one's about cats.
You're right. That is a good.
Yeah.
And I think it even made some improvements on the original comic book.
I think in some ways.
I think maybe we mentioned there's an episode where the Sandman visits a man who death has made immortal, visits him every 100 years, and I think if I remember correctly was split up into a bunch of it was over a span of years in the comic book, but they compressed it all in one episode.
Really
good.
The
Okay.
diner episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and great performances from everybody. David Thewlis as
Weird guy with his
as
amulet or whatever.
weird guy with the amulet.
Yep.
And just all the supporting cast really good.
It's all
It's a good one.
Dream was really good, like the devil in it. But anyway, the number one though for the listener's choice, Mason, and the bots was The Boys season 3 with 42%.
Which they were trying to spell out the bots.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
that happened.
I understand that. That's no surprise. I mean, The Boys season 3 was good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I cannot and I will not argue with that, Mason. Next up, we had Peacemaker at 20% and Sandman at 11%.
Look at this. Look at us.
Look at us
We
all
got
agreeing
all
and getting along.
And thanks, listeners. I liked how we all agreed and got along there.
I agree. Best cameo.
Oh, so there might be some spoilers here if you're not entirely au fait and up to date with all the.
Let's say all spoilers from now on for everything.
Yeah.
Let's go, Mason. What do you got?
Best cameo: Black Bolt in Doctor Strange, Captain Carter in Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel in Ms. Marvel, Daredevil in She-Hulk, the Joker in the Batman, Killmonger in Wakanda Forever, Professor X in Doctor Strange, Little James in the Weekly Planet.
Oh, yeah.
That horrible little monster of a man. Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange, Superman in Black Adam, the Justice League in Peacemaker, the Vulture in Morbius, Ugly Sonic in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, or other. Now, what do you reckon here, James? What's jumping out to you?
Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil is terrific,
Yeah,
yes.
I thought that was a really good use of that. And I like the kind of lighter nature of it, which is also on point for Daredevil in the comics a lot of the time.
That's
He's
true,
not
yeah.
always serious and sad and fighting in a
Yeah.
hallway.
Yeah.
That was just a lot of fun. And he was a bit of a root rat, which is classic Daredevil.
That is very classic Daredevil.
But there's some other really
not
really
a great
good ones.
costume, though, I thought.
No, especially not
I-
in the daylight.
No.
The neck was strange.
The colours were odd, and I know it's meant to be like his original
Yeah.
sort of yellow suit, but I didn't love it.
But speaking of recognizing someone and go, that's from another thing, even though it's bad.
Yes.
Black Bolt fucking blew my mind. Genuinely.
Yeah,
It's like,
uh-huh.
wow, really?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to go with Daredevil. What about you?
Yeah, look, I mean, some of these were pretty good. I'm looking forward to, I don't know how to pronounce his name properly, but Barry Kogan
Yep.
as the Joker in an upcoming, any subsequent.
That was also...
if indeed he is.
That was a deleted scene also, so it doesn't count, Mason.
Was he in it just for a second?
Maybe it was, I don't know.
Okay, right. Great.
Yeah, you might be right.
The Justice League were barely in Peacemaker. It was good seeing Henry Cavill as Superman in Black Adam.
Yeah.
But it was not worth the price of admission. And
No.
that was put in there clearly to make people think the movie was worth the price of admission.
Which
True.
it?
I had fun with it. Anyway, yeah, I think it's Daredevil.
Yeah.
But I mean, that also is because it's the most substantial cameo here.
Yeah.
Like it's almost too much to call it a cameo.
Yeah.
But let's call it a cameo. 'cause
Let's
it's on
call
this
it
list.
a cameo.
Let's call it a cameo.
So at number 1 of 33% was Little James. That horrible little creep. Number 2 with 18% was Daredevil. And number 3 with 17% was Ugly Sonic. I did enjoy Ugly Sonic.
Did we ever really get to the bottom of whether the original Ugly Sonic model was in fact a real thing that was going to be in that movie, or was it just some sort of ruse to get people
in
talking?
in the original
In the original Sonic.
Yeah, no, it was going to be in it.
Boy,
Yeah,
dodged a
apparently.
bullet there, didn't they?
Yeah, great.
My goodness.
Here we go. Best villain, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Darth Vader from Kenobi. The Empire, Andor. Elongated Muskrat, Twitter. Goff, a.k.a. leader of the Butterflies, Peacemaker. Gore the God Butcher, Thor 4. Everyone in House of Dragon. It's true. Harmony Cobell in Severance. Homelander, The Boys. Jobu Tupaki, Everything All at Once. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Matt Smith, Morbius. The Moonfall.
Oh.
Namor, Wakanda Forever. The Predator, Prey. That's a good one. The Penguin, Batman. Reva, Kenobi. The Riddler, The Batman. The Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange. Sauron, Rings of Power. Soldier Boy, The Boys. Vecna, Stranger Things. The
Boy,
Empire
like-
was pretty good, wasn't it? In Andor. Threatening again. Kenobi.
Threatening much?
Threatening much. Too much for me. Like Darth Vader was like, yeah, that's threat, but it's like, it's Darth Vader. I get it.
Sure. In fact, that's just a line from the show.
I really like the Predator and Prey. The Penguin was a villain, but more kind of like, this is a fun performance more than like, what a villainous turn.
Yes.
What are you thinking though? Sauron?
Boy.
Sauron?
No, I'm not thinking of Sauron at all. No.
Soldier Boy? Vecna?
I mean, Soldier Boy just for his turn on like Solid Gold TV or whatever he's singing.
Oh, yeah.
He's singing Raptured by Blondie. That's pretty good. That's villainous.
That is villainous.
Homeland is so good though.
Yeah, he's always good.
We don't-
which is why I didn't give it to him. He gets it every other year, probably.
Oh, that's probably true, but I mean, consistently good though.
Yeah, it's true. We should not give it to him just because he's very good
Yeah.
consistently.
It's Anthony Starr is so good at boiling over rage.
Yeah.
But he's got the
Sheen
he's got the PR face on.
Yeah,
You know, just
terrifying.
yeah. I mean, just for a fresh face, though, I'm going to say The Empire.
Okay,
Not
fair
that The Empire is a fresh face, but just all
Fresh
those
perspective.
They're just those awful little bureaucrats and all the
Nerds,
suck-ups and all
yeah.
the nerds and all the ladder climbers and all those
Yeah.
awful people that make up the
Just waiting for an opportunity.
yeah, to stab somebody else in the back so they can
Exactly.
get an extra little pip on their shoulder. You know?
29% though was elongated muskrat.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
surprising because I mean we're big
All the other
fans.
stuff.
We think he's normal.
You've definitely seen what's happened this week. He's introduced view counts.
Yeah.
On
Hate
which-
it.
like astounding, because surely there's people out there who are like, I don't know if I should keep posting on Twitter, but I posted this and it got 300 likes, so
Yeah.
why not? And then they're like, oh, but it got 35,000 views.
Yeah.
Don't think I'll bother anymore.
Yep.
This is based on a real tweet that I did.
Did you?
Yes.
I haven't seen your tweet.
Oh.
Yeah, he sucks. Homelander from The Boys next, 14%. Then we got The Empire, Darth Vader, Vecna. Vecna was good. Best post-credits scene,
It was
Mason.
nice to see Hayden Christensen for
Yeah.
a second. That was
For
good.
that 1 second.
Yeah. But I think it, the problem there, it was kind of buried in a series that was just fine.
I agree.
It was fine.
It was fine. That's Cartman.
That was Cartman.
Yeah. Best post-credits scene. There's too many of these. Here we go.
Oh, just before we get into that, Joe Butapaki and Everything Everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
All
really
at Once.
good.
Good, but like,
Not entirely villainous, I guess.
well, yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? Like she was a complicated character.
And no one
In it-
understands her but her mother.
That's right.
Chubby Tupaki.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, sorry, carry on. Best post-credit scene.
Black Adam and Superman.
Being
Bruce Campbell breaks the fourth wall. Do I need to end movies or shows?
No, I think people know these.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Brie Larson, Captain
yeah.
Marvel. Oh, I like that one, actually. Captain America. Oh, it was a rude word in She-Hulk. You remember that, Mason?
Mm-hmm.
Cobb Vanth in a Bacta tank. Boo. No. Death.
Almost sounds like a rhyme, but not.
Yeah. Cobb Vanth in a Bacta tank. It's a Beastie Boys song. Got shot in the arm. He's probably fine. I'm having a party. My parents aren't home. We're all 44.
I was gonna say, Mike D, you're 44. You don't have to.
My parents aren't home, Mason.
That's because you live in a mansion.
Yeah,
Your own
yeah,
mansion.
yeah.
You bought it.
I live in a mansion because I live in a mansion. Classic Beastie Boys rhyming, Mason. Rhyming a word with that same word.
I was just thinking about the Beastie. I've loved the Beastie Boys
Yes,
since
yeah,
forever. But there's a line in they've got a song called "Pass the Mic."
Yeah.
And Mike D says,
Is this the commercial one?
no, this is a different one.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of classics. But Mike D says to Ad Rock, he says, I'm going to pass the mic to Ad Rock. Hey, Ad Rock, now I'm going to pass the mic to you. Do anything you like. And he's like, I'm the ADROCK. And I'm like, just going to say your name, mate. Just going to rap your name.
Do anything you like. Hi, I'm Ad Rock. I'm in this band too.
My parents are away, so we're going to have a fight.
I'm 44. They're like 60 plus now,
Well,
right?
I mean, one of them's not with us anymore.
yeah, I know. Again, we're being mean and rude.
Well, we're being, I say it with love.
Yeah.
I've got every Beastie Boys album somewhere, and their book, which is just a real thick tome of like
Beastie book.
It's called the Beastie Boys book.
Is it really?
I would have called it Bookstie Boys. But
I would have called it.
It's just
Dave
like,
Warnicki's book cheat.
Yeah, it's just this real big thick tome of just like insane like touring stories.
Okay,
And
cool.
It's great. And just New York in the 80s, baby.
New York, baby. Next we have Death Star construction. Doctor Strange meets Clea and Third Eye. The future of Black Panther. Oh, I like that one actually. Hercules and Zeus. Hitler arrives. That's from the Kingsman, everybody.
Yeah, I remember
If you haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
Fucking insane. Jake Lockley and Khonshu. Jane Foster and Heimdall. Madison and Wongers. Mark Wahlberg's mustache, Uncharted from 2018. And Morbius meets the Vulture.
God, see, I would want to say that one, but I think that is definitely going to be in another category later, and I want
Yeah. I think it's Brie Larson. I really like that.
that's interesting because that's a very brief.
Yeah, but it sets up like, I'm like, ooh, what's next for this? That got me probably the most like, because I look at the Death Star thing and I'm like, yeah, cool, but like I know where that goes.
And we've already seen that a bunch of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas like Brie Larson, I'm like, I don't know what's happening in the Marvels.
Yeah. Doctor Strange meets Clea and Third Eye. Interesting.
I
Also,
think it
some of the worst visual effects.
Yeah, I
I've
think it
ever
was
seen.
undercut by just like, let's do an adventure. And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
I remember liking it.
Some of these are quite interesting.
Black Panther though, I like that. That was like really like nice. I'm like, that's a nice one. This grim movie
That's true.
about
yeah.
a man who died in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we? Hercules and Zeus.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but that also feels like you have to know who the actor playing.
Oh yeah, Brett Goldstein.
It's that has way more impact if you're like, oh my god, that's the guy from
Tiddler Sue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So it didn't
yeah.
affect you at all?
No, I mean, he'd look pretty cool.
Yeah, he did
Like
look
that.
cool.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see a Hercules in the Marvel Universe.
Me too.
But I mean, I was less excited because of everything that came before that. The movie.
Yeah, the movie.
The movie that I didn't like. Jake Lockley and Khonshu, I think that was slightly marred by, I'm pretty sure, at that point, everybody had said we're not doing another season of this.
Oh, okay.
So what's the point, really? But I think now they probably are.
They
gonna do.
definitely. Oh, he'll be in something, yeah.
Yeah. Jane Foster and Heimdall, no boo.
Yeah. Madison and Wong, as I liked. That was fun.
They were a good pairing, but I think they got enough screen time together that I'm like, they don't have to be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mark Wahlberg's moustache. That's
No.
right, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. And Morbius meets the Vulture is the funniest.
That is the funniest. I'm going to give it to that. Look, I
Because it's the funniest.
it's the funniest.
Not Black Adam meets Superman and they go, ooh, what's next?
No.
Nothing. I'm going to go with Brie Larson still.
Okay, I'm going to go with Morbius meets the Vulture. We're going to cover them in another award definitively, but I just think for a variety of reasons, it's funny and
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So at 14% is Captain America Fucks from She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Next we got
that is funny.
The Game Is On with Hitler from The King's Man at 11%.
I think a lot of people were just like, "Ooh, I'm a simple person.
Yeah.
I see Hitler, I click.
Okay.
I
And,
vote. I
and
see Hitler, I vote."
Here we go. Morbius meets the Vulture. It did. I mean, we talked about that a lot.
Yeah,
As it did get us
that
talking.
is true. Maybe okay. You know what? Maybe I do like the Captain America. I mean, I definitely do like the Captain America scene, just because it showed what the show was going to be about.
Yeah, okay.
Just it was self-referential in a way, like the fans are. It asked a question that fans have been asking for years.
Yep.
And then it answered it in a funny way. And I think
did.
that was cool.
That's true.
Yeah. And I'm going to change my answer to that just because I'm going to talk about Morbius later.
Morbius.
Oh, now here's one of your favorite categories, James.
You know, Mason.
Best hair or wig.
Yes.
So Anson Mount in Star Trek Strange New Worlds
That's
as
probably
Captain
it.
Pike.
That's probably it.
Jack Russell in Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
I don't remember his hair. I think I like
Yep.
that show, but Pierce Brosnan in Black Adam. That's some good hair.
That's great hair.
Raka Cooney in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Good stuff. Loved it.
Stellan Skarsgård in Andor.
That's a good wig.
Oh, that's a good wig.
Could have said the other Skarsgård from The Northman as well.
That's true.
He had
Was that not
bowl
his-
cut?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, it's hair or wig.
Hair or wig. No, you're right. Tom Sturridge in The Sandman.
That's good stuff.
Timothy Oliphant in Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, consistently good, Mason.
Yeah,
God, this is a hard category.
And oftentimes it's like it is a bunch of wigs. But for a lot of this, I think a lot of this is genuinely just good hair. Like Brosnan, that's
Well, I'm
cool.
I'm going Anson Mount, Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Olyphant, all grade gentlemen,
Yeah.
all excellent quiffs.
Yeah.
And that's where I am in my life. That's where I aspire to be. I know I'm not there, Mason. I know I don't look like
Is
that.
Anson Mount's for sure his real hair?
100%, I think.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I don't know that, actually. I
Yeah.
haven't watched it in a while. I'm going to give it to Olfen again.
Yeah.
It's just a classic.
They're bringing out a new season of Justified. Did you see that?
I did say that. How are they justifying the budget? How are they, though?
I don't know. The last one did all right. I'll see the season. It's going to be based on another Elmore Leonard book, but not with that character in it.
Okay.
But what they've done is they're going to transplant the character into that story.
Oh, all
They're
right.
going to bump off the other guy, and they're going to be like,
Good.
yeah, it is good.
Should we do the results?
We should do the results. Timothy Oliphant, I'm going to go with that one. It's the best hair in that show, I think.
Definitely.
I think it's the best hair in Star Wars, honestly.
It is the best hair in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's, and that's saying something.
So Rakuini came in at 25%, followed by Pierce Brosnan at 19%. Well, they won something, didn't they? That movie. Timothy Olyphant, 16%, and Stellan Skarsgård. Some popular manual votes by listeners. It's from Collings. Robert Pattinson from The Batman.
Great emo hair.
Agreed. Rooster's mustache, Top Gun, very good.
We've never really included mustaches.
That's true. That's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Top Gun, disagree.
Yeah, I disagree.
Pretty
also.
standard.
That's fairly standard short Tom Cruise hair, I think. Aaron Taylor Johnson in Bullet Train, good hair and a good mustache.
Agreed.
And Jake Sully in Avatar 2.
No.
Just awful.
I mean, it
traits.
looked good, like for CGI dreadlocks,
Yeah.
but no.
Okay, but here's what people are waiting for.
That's what I'm here for.
Worst hair or wig.
Yep.
Brad Pitt in Bullet Train. Kraglin in the Guardians Holiday Special.
I know it's not a hair or a wig, but we put it in. We insisted.
that's true.
Because it's gross.
It is gross.
Yeah.
Jake Sully, Avatar: The Way of Water. Spider, Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yep.
Ooh, strong contender. Still Hawkeye. Just
Avengers
jumping that in.
Endgame. Hell's yes.
Just imagine Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
Sully's lack of a mustache in Uncharted.
Yep.
The Wasp in the Quantumania trailer. She's
yeah,
got a
you
real,
didn't like that, did
real
you?
Karen hair there. Or Hulk's son Scar.
Oh, man. I was going to go with Spider, but it's that one. that shaved middle of the head fringe going on.
Yeah.
He looked like his mum cut his hair
But
wrong.
I think, culturally that might be a very cool haircut where he's
I don't
from.
give a shit. I'm not from there.
Wow.
It's embarrassing.
Look, Craglin's is gross
But
because it's supposed to be gross.
It's not hair though, is
yeah,
it?
yeah. Brad Pitt, I don't remember his hair in Bullet Train.
Long.
Yeah, standard. I reckon
Bucket
standard.
hat, whatever.
Yeah, standard.
He's got great hair. We all know it. Whatever.
That's true. Look, Sully's lack of moustache, yes, but also I'm not invested in that
No, I
series
don't
at all, so
care.
I don't care. I'm gonna go with. See, I would say Spider, but I think if he dressed in normal clothes, it wouldn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
Like if he was just a kid running around Pandora and he had like some cargo shorts and a t-shirt on,
You'd be like, cool.
yeah, that's fine, whatever.
And he had a rip stick.
Yeah, if you had
One
a
of
rips,
those
yeah,
weird
yeah.
skateboards.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, and he had one of those things, like at that tube where you turn it and it goes, wow. Which is what I thought you were talking about.
I was also.
Yeah, okay, great.
Put one of those in a ripstick.
Yeah, for sure.
Still Hawkeye took it away. They were 34%,
Wow.
followed by Scar, Hulk's son, 26%, and then lack of mustache. Other manual votes by listeners. Few votes.
It's interesting that we get so few manual votes for the other categories.
But this one-
But hair, people are very, very opinionated.
They said Doctor Strange. I agree. He's too wig heavy. I've been saying it for years. And Jane Foster's wigs. I didn't mind Jane Foster's wigs from memory. I thought they were all right.
That didn't bother me, no.
No. Next up, this is my category, my one edition.
Oh, this is your joke.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
great.
not a joke. It's real. Best Chip and or Dale. So we've got two answers. We've got Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers or Welcome to Chippendales about the male strippers.
Yeah, right.
I enjoyed Rescue Rangers. It was all right. But Welcome to Chippendales, even though it's not finished yet, it's a very good show. Okay. You watched it?
Not yet, no. I hear it's good.
So you picked the other one?
Is Kumail still huge?
No. Well, no, he put on a bunch of weight.
Oh.
I think he's still like muscular. He slimmed
right.
down again. But no, he put on a bunch of weight and he was like, it was really terrible. I felt terrible and I couldn't breathe and stuff.
But I got to eat 40 donuts a day.
Exactly. I think it's one of those things where you're like initially cool and then you're like, I hate this. Chippendales Rescue Rangers won at 69%,
Ah, nice.
followed by Welcome to Chippendales. Other listener votes,
Yes.
Mason, Chip Zdarsky, Dale Winton, Fish and Chips, Chip and Pin, various brands of potato chips, and Chip Dangercock.
Nice.
All excellent additions,
I
Mason.
love fish and chips.
Me too.
Yeah.
They remembered Chip and Pin.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's a good one.
That's great.
That
Good
Michelin
work,
Web look.
everybody. What's next?
Best CGI or practical effects.
Okay.
I think this, oftentimes these are separated, but I think we live in this world where people are like, actually, we didn't do this movie was all practical effects.
Yeah.
And then you look at the behind the scenes and it's like, oh, except for we completely erased the sky. And
What
we've
was that
repla-
from The Northman recently?
That
Yeah.
one, and just, Top Gun Maverick, where they
Yeah.
were like, well, this is all practical, but it wasn't all practical.
Couldn't have been.
Couldn't have been.
It couldn't have been. Sorry.
No, that's quite
Hey,
all
what
right.
we sorry for yelling.
That was
It was really loud.
What I was doing there is I was saying a few things and just waiting for you to say something really loud.
Okay. Well,
So-
Colling's in the edit. I'm sorry because
If you could level
you'll get
that
a
out.
blast of that. And then
Okay,
you'll
best
have to
CGI
let it-
or practical effects. I think we're also including makeup effects in here. So
Sure.
we've got Anakin Skywalker in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Everything in Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs in Prehistoric Planet.
All very good. Haven't watched it all
Man
though.
Thing in Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker in Book of Boba Fett.
Less like a ghoul.
The multiverse in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
The Penguin in The Batman. The Predator in Prey. And Vecna in Stranger Things.
Now look, it's obviously Avatar because it's an entire movie, but it's the Penguin.
Astounding,
Because
yeah.
it's Colin Farrell somehow.
Yes,
and
yeah, yeah.
Vecna's amazing. These are all good.
What was the rationale behind? Because originally Colin Farrell was just going to be he was going to be Oswald Cobblepot, and he was just going to look like himself.
Yeah.
But did somebody? I think maybe somebody had the idea on set to be like, let's make him freaky, and they
gross.
just ran a test with it, and they're like, actually, this looks pretty good.
It looks
So-
incredible. And coupled with his performance, Mason,
Yep.
you'd be hard-pressed to find a better-looking Colin Farrell prosthetic penguin performance. from this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Avatar won, 26%.
Yeah, and look, I know I was a big fan of Man Thing as well. I think that was an excellent representation
Yep.
of that character.
True.
I think setting it in black and white certainly helped.
Yeah.
But just gave it that really interesting contrast, especially when he would turn people to ash.
That's
It's a bit of
true.
fun. But yeah, it's 100% Avatar. That thing is insane.
Yeah. And then it's the Penguin, and then it's multiverse in Everything All at Once, which also, considering the budget, also amazing. Other popular votes: Andor's practical sets, The Eye of Eldani in Andor, that's true. The Rings of Power in general, yeah, really good. Real jet flights in Top Gun, ugly Sonic. All true. All true things.
Now, here's worst CGI or practical effects.
Ooh, here we go. Someone's getting a kick in for not getting enough time or money to do their job.
That's right. Someone's going to get a lightly mocked or roundly mocked for being crunched.
Yeah.
Once again, Anakin Skywalker.
Yep.
Heimdall's son, Hologram.
Yeah, that's some shit, isn't it?
I wish his name was Hologram. It's me, Hologram. Luke Skywalker again. She-Hulk and She-Hulk.
Yeah, it varied.
Ms. Marvel's powers in Ms. Marvel.
Nah, that's all right.
Morbius flying like a crisp packet in the wind.
Yep.
That's a good one. The Volume in Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Young Sylvester Stallone in Samaritan.
That was terrible.
Hulk's son Scar.
I think it's that scene in Thor Love and Thunder when they were just obviously standing in front of it. It felt so lazy.
The one they're just in a room.
Yeah, just in a white room.
Most of the scenes set in
There's more than that though. There's other shots in it.
There's so much of that movie. And then when Taika Waititi and I think Tessa Thompson did that, I think it was a Vanity Fair video or whatever it is, where they're like, this looks terrible. It's like, yeah, but you made this movie. What are you doing? Stop making fun of the people who worked for you. Stop this. She-Hulk, the quality varied, I think, but like generally speaking, I enjoyed it, and you sort of get through it. But I never got used to the CG in Thor.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hulk's son Scar did look bad.
Yeah, but it was barely in it as well.
It was barely in it. Doesn't really count. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. That scene. There were a lot of scenes in the New Asgard town hall. Yeah, where clearly they were just standing in random locations. Did they composite them together weirdly? Were they even looking at each other?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. And it was also filmed in COVID as well. Bearing that in
I thought you were
mind.
going to say Canada there.
And Canada.
Yeah.
So Heimdall's son in Thor 4, 34%, followed by Morbius flying like a flat packet of crisps in the wind.
Yes.
Use the volume in Thor 4, and then Hulk's son. Other manual votes include Doctor Strange's Third Eye. Yeah, that wasn't very good. The volume in Kenobi. Yep. Slim Dwayne Johnson in Black Adam. I thought that was all right. Slim Dwayne Johnson?
I love it.
I think it's just we're not used to him being slim.
Yeah, it's been a long time between drinks.
Biggest disappointment. What have we got, Mason?
Oh, we can put that in the theme next year.
Biggest disappointment.
The Weekly Planet.
Oh, come on. Don't say that.
Biggest disappointment, Batgirl being cancelled. Book of Boba Fett. The Flash. Henry Cavill.
What do you mean, just like the person in the Flash? Is that what that means?
I guess. I mean, we can interpret that however we want, I guess. Henry Cavill leaves DCU. Henry Cavill leaves The Witcher. Lack of big purple laser in Moon Knight. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thor Love and Thunder. Westworld cancelled or other.
I'm going to say something controversial, Mason.
Oh, here we go.
I don't care about any of this. Like, none of this, like, shattered me in any particular way.
Okay, but one has to be more disappointing.
I know. Probably... I mean, the Ezra Miller stuff is pretty grim if that's what that's about.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of a project that I watched,
yeah,
probably Boba Fett. Because it was like, this is a guy who decided he likes the town.
Yeah,
It didn't feel like Boba Fett. It felt just like a...
lack of big purple laser in Moon Knight. I wasn't disappointed. I know we probably joked about that. But the fact that we got two Egyptian gods, like fist-fighting Godzilla style over Egypt was very good, I thought.
Yeah.
Look, for me, Book of Boba Fett... One, because it was the thing you said, where it's just a guy who decides he liked a town.
Yeah.
But also because it felt to me like Disney were trying to convince us that Boba Fett was always a really nice guy.
Yeah.
When it's like, how could he have been the guy from all the other appearances when...
I know he did his stint in the sand, but it still didn't feel...
No, because there's a moment, and we imagine rehashing the Book of Boba Fett, but there's a moment when he's first been captured and he goes to escape and there's another guy there and he's like, hey, let's escape together.
Yeah.
And the guy rats him out or whatever. And it's like, you would have the Boba Fett would have just killed that guy.
Yep,
I don't understand. Anyway.
Yep. Well, he wanted the stick from the tree.
Yeah, anyway, that show was not good.
No. Anyway, Thor Love and Thunder won with 25%, followed by Batgirl cancelled. Yeah, that does suck. And Henry Cavill, Superman leaves the DCU. Yeah. Others, She-Hulk, Rings of Power, Kanye West.
Just as a human being.
Yep. Lack of the multiverse in Doctor Strange, Warner Brothers merger, and HBO Max in general. DC Legends Tomorrow cancelled. James not saying Westworld anymore. You and me both, everybody. But what do you do?
I mean, I liked, speaking of Westworld, I haven't seen season 4 yet. I should watch it before it's erased from the internet forever.
True.
Did you say it ended satisfactorily?
Enough.
Okay, great.
Happy with that?
Not really, no.
And then don't worry about it.
I would have liked, it would have been nice to have an even 5 seasons and I should watch it before I cast judgment on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, it's a real shame with that series because the first season was really good.
Yeah.
And it brought up a lot of themes and it had a lot of layers and it was all
And we got it.
We got it as well,
We
exactly.
knew what they meant
and
when
then,
they said
you
what
know,
they were doing.
Diminishing returns for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Best surprise. Here we
Yep.
go. Andor.
Yep.
David Tennant returns to Doctor Who. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Game of Thrones rejuvenated. Morbius returns to cinema. Henry Cavill joins Warhammer movie.
I don't care.
The Super Mario Brothers trailer.
Ooh, Mamma
Adam
Mia.
Driver's 65 trailer.
Loved it.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm going to say Andor.
I'm going to say Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, great.
But Andor was great. All of these are good, really, except for Henry Cavill joins Warhammer. I don't care.
Okay, right.
But
You'll
the
be
best
eating your
surprise
words.
was Andor. Oh, no, I will see it and everything.
Yeah.
It was Andor 31%, and then Everything Everywhere All at Once at 23, and then it's David Tennant, and then Morbius. Others are Black Bolt and Doctor Strange, Puss in Boots. I need to see that. Top Gun Maverick, Chip and Dale, RRR.
That was a good one.
I still haven't seen that. Brendan Fraser's return. That's good. The Batman Begins Twilight Saga surprise, and lots of love for Little James, apparently.
Oh, yes.
Big fan. Mason, here it is.
Yeah. So
You're a-
we should. I reckon we should have mentioned RRR probably in a couple of other categories.
No.
But that's
No.
If we had a category for best dance,
Yeah.
that would be.
I haven't
in there for
seen
sure.
it, so no.
Okay, right. Oh, now here's our bread and butter.
I
James.
love this.
This is what the people have been waiting for. Winner of the Game Is On award.
Yes.
Which is to say, for people who don't know, it's when a movie very, very I've lost my word.
Transparently.
Very transparently and very forthrightly announces that they give us a little tease that is just going to be like,
They're like, get ready.
get ready, the next thing is going to be absolutely
You loved this.
it's
but
this-
imagine what else is
just
happening.
so arrogant. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Just
that's right.
Just an arrogant proclamation that you've loved this movie so much that you are gonna love the sequel, which is gonna come out soon. It's or the
definitely gonna
franchise,
happen.
the extended universe. It's definitely gonna happen. And look, the way we measure this has changed over the years, I think. But you know, the factors include whether the movie itself was really a movie at all or just an ad for the next thing.
Yep.
The level of failure. Like we include box office results here. If you're like,
Yeah.
you know, if they're like, you're going to love the next one and it makes $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. It's got to be in there. But let's work through with some of these options. So Black Adam, Moonfall, Morbius, The Kingsman, Uncharted.
Okay, this is hard. I'm going to rule out Uncharted
Okay.
because who cares?
Absolutely. And it came out 3 or 4 years ago, so whatever. And they haven't made a sequel yet.
Now,
And it's just so, but I mean, at the same time, it's just kind of like,
and they're probably going to make one
it's
anyway.
interesting to talk about because they just went Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, they're big ticket guy. You
Yep.
are going to love this. Of course, there's going to be a sequel to this. And everybody went, no one cares.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one
And they will,
cares.
though, because it made enough money.
Yeah,
that they will.
right.
Now,
Oh, then I guess we can rule it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Special shout out to the Kingsman where they went introducing the next villain, Adolf
Real life
Hitler.
villain Adolf Hitler.
Young Adolf Hitler. And watching it, I'm just like, you are fucking kidding me. They just did that with Adolf. And also, good movie.
Yeah.
I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. It's way better than Kingsman 2.
And got-
by tenfold.
Yeah.
And it's just a Rafe Fiennes movie for like most of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that.
He's
He's
parachuting
terrific.
on mountainsides and
It's
shooting people.
it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's way better than the
Good
second
cast.
one. Good cast.
Yeah, but got no promotion at all.
Yeah.
See, I also think we should factor that in. Like they buried the Kingsman.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on streaming, but I don't know.
I think I did as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Because did it get a Star or Disney Plus or something? Because it's a Fox property.
Yeah, I think
Shimmer did.
maybe that's where it ended up. But
Yeah.
I mean, probably wasn't even on the front page.
Yeah.
I feel like that. Like even I also feel like the Kingsman didn't go. You know what'll get butts in seats. You guys will watch the sequel because we're bringing in the big heavyweight Hitler. I don't think that's I don't think anyway. Wild. But here's the big three, I think. So
Yeah.
Black Adam, obviously you're going to love the next one because Superman and Black Adam are going to punch on.
But immediately when I saw that, I was like, that's not happening.
Right.
That was before the DCU announcement.
Yeah.
That was obviously well before they cancelled Henry Cavill from like the projects and he's doing
Was it
other
post
stuff.
the Warner Brothers merger?
Yes,
was, yeah.
but like just the idea, like after seeing that movie and then being like Superman,
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, no.
Okay, right,
For
right.
multiple reasons, no. Like I was immediately clocked that as not happening.
Yeah.
I still think the Morbius thing could happen, like the Vulture, Morbius, Sinister Six, whatever.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it shouldn't with Morbius.
Yeah, right.
Just ditch that.
Now, Moonfall is an interesting one because
There's a man in the moon.
there's a desperation to it because it doesn't feel like anybody would want a sequel to this. It doesn't like the only. I feel like the whole thing about Moonfall is the concept is 100%, 150% ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like, who are we following in a sequel? We're following maybe Patrick Wilson.
Yep.
Probably none of the other supporting characters, but also that guy who loved Elon Musk in it, who died and then his brain got downloaded into the
He's
moon.
in the moon.
He's in the moon. And then what were they going to be more aliens showing up, or were they taking the moon into space to fly the moon
Great
around?
questions. All concerning the movie Moonfall.
But I mean, it gets points for just being like, do you want another one?
Yeah.
We're just kind of, I mean,
That's also feels like just put that in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, why does it need to be post-credits? That's not the kind of post-credits movie situation.
and also it felt very much like the ending of the second Independence Day movie.
Yeah.
So it felt like a copy of what was essentially a copy of Independence Day.
and that
1.
may be one in its own
I
year.
think maybe it won that year, yeah. But look, I can't go without talking about Morbius.
Yeah.
And what I loved about it was that it was just a mishmash of random stuff.
Yes.
And it had, we got to put in a reference to Spider-Man.
Yep.
Because people will be super keen on a sequel to this terrible movie if we mention Spider-Man.
Ooh.
And obviously they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
They didn't know who was going to be talking to, really. They were like,
Intriguing.
well, let's make some calls and see who's free. Oh, Michael Keaton's free. All right,
Yeah.
we can knock that out. Just
the way he appeared in his cell. Remember how he was just
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
And it was clearly taken from somewhere. They took it out of the trailer as well. Because
yeah.
remember in the trailer, he meets him separately. We should
Yes.
sue. And he's like,
Yeah.
Dr. Michael Morbius, it's interesting, don't we? And he's like, maybe it had something to do with Spider-Man. It's so vague.
It's so vague. That's what I love about it. What I love about it is
vague because they don't know.
because they don't know. And the idea was, I think, that if this movie made a huge amount of money, they would figure it out later,
Yeah.
which I like. I love and respect.
Whereas Black Adam, at least there was a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never going to work, but at
Yeah.
least they were like, no, we're going to do this. Whereas Morbius was just like, you figure this out and then we'll do it.
Exactly.
If this makes money. So it's probably Morbius, but Black Adam just happened. So I know that's fresh in people's minds.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I mean, I think about nothing but Morbius.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Morbius feels so long ago as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if it just happened, we'd be feeling differently about it. But I can give you the results while you're thinking. Black Adam got 52%, followed by Morbius 28%, then The King's Man 11%, then Moonfall, then Uncharted. I'm still going to say Morbius.
I'm still going to say Morbius also.
What a lineup this year, though.
Yeah, right?
Because at the
They're
start,
all winners in my book.
it's funny because at the start of every year, I'm like, not this year.
Yeah.
And this is the strongest year we've had.
Yeah. Every year it's like, surely they'll have learned their lesson. But no, they've learned the opposite.
And the wild thing as well is these are all post-credits. Because it doesn't have to be post-credits, right? Because
Yeah.
the original Game is on, I don't think is a post-credit. The one from Dracula Untold that we took this from.
Yeah, that just happens pre-credits, I think.
Wild stuff, Mason. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say Morbius, I think, yeah.
Okay. Best animated movies, Mason. The Bad Guys.
Because I think,
Okay.
I just think that the Superman Black Adam thing could, not now, obviously.
No, never.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was hope for that in a movie, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not Black Adam versus Superman, but maybe they appear in a Justice League together or something like that and they fly in
Yep.
and you're like, what happened there? And you're like, well, we talked it out and now we're buddies or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they wouldn't get their own movie, but they'd be in a scene.
Yeah.
But with Morbius, I'm just like, are you kidding me? You're kidding me with this?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Best animated.
Okay.
The Bad Guys. Belle. What's that?
Don't know.
The Bob's Burgers
You
movie.
mean a Bell's Hot Chicken?
Yeah, sure. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, DC League of Super Pets, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It would probably be that if I've seen it, which I
I also haven't seen it yet.
Lightyear, Mad God, Minions: The Rise of Gru, The Sea Beast. I enjoyed The Sea Beast. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Turning Red.
Well, I saw next to none of these. So I'm going to have to go with Lightyear because I think it's the only one that I saw.
You saw Sonic too, right?
No,
know
I
you
didn't. No. I literally only saw Lightyear.
For me, it's
I know I saw Chip and Dale. Okay, it's Chip and
Okay.
Dale. But does that count? Because it's mostly not animated.
who cares?
Okay, yeah, good point.
I'm going to say Turning Red was very good, but I really enjoyed Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right.
It was really kind of left of center and fun.
Is that
and
traditionally animated? What is
It's
that?
hand animated for the most
Ooh.
part. And I've been watching a bit of the series with my son. It's good.
There
It's
you
probably
go.
Turning Red, but I'm going to say Rise.
All right.
And the winner is Mason.
Yes.
It's Morbius.
No, it's not
Okay.
a Chip
Chip and Dale.
animated
Followed by
movie.
Pinocchio and then Turning Red.
Yeah, that Pinocchio is good, but I'm a little burned out on Pinocchio this year because I watched the movie Pinocchio, a different movie Pinocchio, and I didn't like it. Thought it was bad.
Why did you watch that?
Because you said we were talking about it on a podcast.
Again, I didn't mean to do that to you.
Yeah.
Best horror movie. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
See, I saw more horror movies than animated
Yeah,
movies this
same.
year. Never
I've
thought
seen
that
all
would
of
happen.
these. Barbarian, Halloween Ends, Prey, Mad God. Haven't seen Mad God. Men, Nope, Scream, Smile, The Stranger. What's The Stranger? Which one's that one?
Bloody don't look it up. No, it's the one with Joel Edgerton.
Oh, that was good. Was
Yeah.
that a horror movie? I guess.
I mean, we included.
We
it
did
in
talk about
We included it in our horror movie episode, but I think that's more. It more leans towards thriller, I think. But
I also haven't seen Smile. I'm going to say it's either for me. I liked Barbarian.
Yep.
I really liked Nope.
Mm-hmm.
You know one that isn't here that I'm going to put on?
Go on.
I'm going to say by the guy who did... It's the Ethan Hawke one. The Black Phone.
Oh, The Black
I'm going
Phone,
to say
right.
The Black Phone.
Okay, right.
What are you going to say?
I'm gonna go with Nope. I think
Yeah, Nope's really good.
I liked it, and I didn't fully understand it. I expect.
Because you thought at the end, you're like, is that dude, is he really there or not or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, that won with 30.9%.
Oh, this is a good solid lineup though.
It's all really good.
Bodies, Barbarian, great. Oh, Halloween Ends wasn't very good.
No.
But it was something, wasn't it? It was
They
better
did
than
it.
the previous one.
They did it.
Yeah. Prey, I would consider more an action movie than a horror movie. But
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't get around to Men. I know it's out on
I
stuff.
watched
and I
Men,
should
yeah.
watch Men. Okay.
So Prey just lost by like 0.3%
Oh.
to Nope, and then Barbarian at 17%. Yeah, it's a good lineup. Great lineup. Best video game adaptation.
Thing.
The Cuphead Show. Haven't seen it. Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I like Cyberpunk
Haven't
Edge
seen
Runner.
it.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I saw that. Uncharted. I guess it's Sonic by default.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to go with
Uncharted.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh, you watched that?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that came second to Sonic 2, Mason.
Whoa.
What do you think of that?
Great. Love it.
Me too. Oh my God, video games. Did I play anything this year? Let's find out.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is nominated by listeners mostly.
Okay.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, dunno. Elden Ring, didn't play it. God of War Ragnarok, didn't finish it. Horizon Forbidden West, didn't play it. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, played some of it. So did you. Marvel Snap, didn't play it. Pokemon Legends Arceus, didn't play it. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, didn't play it. Stray, the cat one, didn't play it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, I did play it, and I
did
thought
play
it
it.
was great.
That's terrific.
So it's that one.
Okay, well, I like Return to Monkey Island, which isn't on here.
Well, the winner, Mason,
Go on.
it's God of War with 32%, followed by Elden Ring at 18%, then Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I should play more God of War. Best value streaming service.
Not Netflix.
Amazon, Apple, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, Paramount. What am I on the most, Mason? Probably Stan.
I'm on YouTube the most because it's got it's got great long form essays on stuff.
I'm also going to say YouTube.
You'd say YouTube.
Disney won though with 49%, followed by HBO Max 17, then Netflix, and then Amazon. Other manual votes: YouTube, Stan, piracy.
Nice.
That's always a good one.
Who do you feel puts the most care and attention into a show, like an original?
Probably Apple.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have Apple, so I guess it, like a Severance or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is the best, but it probably
yeah.
does do the most care in it. Yeah. There's also less stuff on it.
Yeah. I reckon maybe for me it might be Disney Plus.
Yeah, they've had a good year.
Not-
You know what I'm
yeah.
watching at the moment? I will talk about. I'm watching Willow. New
yes.
Willow. It's pretty good, man.
All right then. That's terrific.
All right, what's next?
Ooh, here's an indulgent one. Best
Love it.
Caravan of Garbage episode or series.
Ooh.
Alien versus Predator movies.
Oh, yeah.
The Alan Moore-a-thon.
That was
The
good.
DC Graveyard.
These are all classics.
They are classics, aren't they? Each
Yeah.
one just
Even more classic than
than
the
the
previous.
last. That's right. The Hobbit trilogy,
Yep.
the Hulk movies,
Yep.
the entire Twilight saga, Thor and Thor, the Dark Thor, James Cameron series, the Jurassic Park trilogy, Man Thing, which
Introduced Rodney.
introduced Rodney.
Yeah.
And Rodney's friend, whose name I don't know. And the Scorpion King. I forgot we did those.
We did one.
We did one. And the Star Wars prequels.
Movies and video games.
Right.
Now that I really like doing the Star Wars prequel, but that was stressful because
yeah,
they were
right.
really long, and Ben and Lawrence did amazing work on it. Plus, we did video games. I think they turned out really well.
Yep.
But it stressed me out.
You know what my favorite was? Twilight Saga.
That was wild.
Because
it was a wild ride.
it was fresh to us.
Yeah.
Like some of these, I'm like, okay, well, maybe one of the movies in the trilogy I hadn't seen or something like that.
Yeah.
But for Twilight, it was everything. It was all brand new. We got to see a new universe we didn't understand.
It's true.
That made no sense. It was great. I got to see the evolution of Edward's cars.
Yep.
His whatever Subarus or whatever
He's
drove.
His
Volvos.
sensible Volvos.
Sensible Volvos. There we go.
I'm going to say the Hobbit trilogy because I got really into the Hobbit
Oh, yeah?
and just the book and the Lord of the Rings in general.
Right.
I really enjoyed that for some reason. Even not as the movies, no, but just the world. I got drawn back into the world, and I think a big part of that is because I read the book, aka Andy Serkis read it to me in audiobook.
Oh, that's great.
What do we got? The winner, Mason, is the Twilight Saga. You were right.
Yeah.
37%.
It's not about me
You
being
were right, Mason.
Well, I was right, though.
Followed by the Star Wars prequels, 25%, and then the Alan Moore-a-thon with 8%.
There you go.
There you go. Sorry, the Scorpion King. You lose
right.
again.
Maybe be a better movie. Consider that.
Favorite running joke or segment? Here we go, Mason. This
The Weekly Planet cheer moment of the year. That's lovely.
Blue Harvest.
Mm-hmm. Depressed Mario.
Dog time.
Doing the nut bush.
That's a big sandwich bonus.
Glass is frozen air.
That's a great one because a lot of people think glass is frozen air. Not
no
a
one
joke.
thinks that. No
Green-
one on earth thinks that.
Have you seen that that's popped up in other people's, just the other Reddit threads?
Oh, great.
Just randomly.
Great.
Green trivia.
Goated with the sauce.
Having a Guinness sandwich.
Hawk
Talk.
talk.
Yep.
Oh, there's a lot of these.
The incredibly sexy fox from Robin Hood. Your
The
words.
Flash enters the Speed Force. That
Yep.
was wonderful.
Yep.
Little James.
Not really recurring. Did happen though.
That's true.
Mason's twin brother.
Monthbius.
Yep.
James versus Clickbait.
Yep.
James versus Ghostbusters.
Yep.
James versus Mason's One Bit of News.
Yep.
A Man Screaming Rodney.
Yep.
Rude Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
Snake Eyes next week. That's not a joke. We'll do it in the new year. And at the end of you saying Westworld.
Yeah. I think it's Rodney.
I feel
I
very
really like
I feel
Rodney.
very self-indulgent picking my favorite joke.
I do like Ghostbusters because I like baiting a bunch of people to come out.
That's true, yeah.
To come out and yell at me, which I shouldn't do.
I do like Knuckles' catchphrase, having a kid in a sandwich.
Your
I
own-
like it because it's
your
very
own
funny.
joke.
And also because I don't think you get it.
Yeah,
Because
you're
normally
right.
you would say, have a Knuckles sandwich.
Yeah.
Do you get it now?
I mean,
But he
I
would
get
say,
it. I
"Would
get
you
it
like
now.
a kid?"
Now it's
'Cause
really
he's in a
funny,
kid
yeah.
now. Yeah.
You know what I don't like about Blue Harvest?
Yes.
Is that every second comment is somebody repeating it back to me.
Oh, but that's how you know
That's
it's cut
my
through.
fault. That's why it's cut through.
Yeah.
And I also don't like it because sometimes it gets me. Like I start reading something and I'm like,
Yep.
I get halfway through it, I'm like, fuck, they got me. And it's my joke.
Look, I'm going to say Rodney just because the Mr. Sunday Movies video editors did a sterling job in putting that together.
I agree. Let's give it to somebody
and now
else.
they have it ready to go at all times.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
can really put that in anything.
But actually, Blue Harvest won with 17%, followed by Little James, 14%, then Rude Obi-Wan, 9.9%, and then Rodney at 9.7%.
I love it.
Do love Dog Time, though, Mason. Best series ever. Oh, God, there's so many. I know there's not that many. Andor, The Bear, Better Call Saul, Season 6, The Boys, Season 3, House of Dragon, Lord of the Rings, Peacemaker, The Sandman, Severance, She-Hulk, Stranger Things, Season 4. Maybe Severance, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Or The Bear. No, I'm going to say... Or Andor.
They're all great.
I'm going to say The Bear because it's artistic. What are you going to say?
I do like the bear.
And it's artistic.
You know what's interesting as well? The Andor and the bear both feature that guy. You know that guy who's in both?
Yeah.
Who has a name. But he's Kami's brother.
Isn't he in both?
He's in both. Yes. He's the bloke who's in both. That's his name.
He was
he's
in
great.
Girls, I think, as well, maybe.
He was, yeah.
But Andor won with 25%,
Okay.
followed by Better Call Saul, then The Boys, then Peacemaker. That's good
The
stuff,
thing about
man.
the bear is I love sandwiches.
Yeah.
And
And they never did get that bear out of the kitchen.
they didn't, it's true.
Yeah. Most anticipated series. Now, we're going to do a whole episode on all of this, I assume.
That's right.
Star Wars The Acolyte, Ahsoka, Agatha Coven of Chaos, Bridgerton Season 3, Echo, Ironheart, Loki Season 2, The Last of Us, Mandalorian, Marvelous Ms. Maisel, The Penguin, Secret Invasion, Succession Season 4, What If, The Witcher, X-Men 97. I'm interested to see what The Acolyte, The Last of Us. No, I'd say Last of Us. We love dad stuff. We love a dad's got a little kid they got to look after.
That's true, yeah.
So that's me, Mason.
We were just talking about that the other day. I'm going to go
So depressing.
Ooh. Okay, I'm torn here.
I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel.
That's nice. That's good.
Thank you. It's a Natalie Imbruglia
That's a cover.
Yeah, I know, Mason.
I'm torn between, because I'm all out of faith, and that's how I feel.
Yeah.
The Penguin and Secret Invasion.
Okay. I think Marvel shows, so many of them are just okay, where I'm not expecting much from it.
That's true.
But,
and
you
the
know.
Penguin, Matt Reeves is pretty heavily
Yeah,
involved in that.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
pretty,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
got Colin Farrell in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Well, I'm going to say a great show I don't even know yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because you're on a voyage of discovery.
surprise.
Wow. Well, that's so noble of you, James.
Thank you.
It's probably a small show from a new creator, and you're going to give it a chance.
I'll give it a chance.
Well, I'm going to go with the Penguin because it's Batman related. It's a real big franchise. And that's what I like.
Well, The Last of Us one was
You
22%.
really. I was going to say soiled me on Secret Invasion. You really ruined it for me when you were like, most Marvel stuff is just okay. And I'm like, oh, a lot of it is just okay. It's going to have Amelia Clarke.
I know.
And
What's her name?
the lady.
The lady.
The lady.
She's sometimes the queen in things.
Yes.
Yeah. Olivia Colman.
There we go. Perfect.
Loki Season 2 came second, followed by The Mandalorian Season 3. I love how I just went, what if it's okay? And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, yuck.
Yeah.
Worst
Loki season 2 will be good.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
But they threw out all the showrunners, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares?
Worst movie ever, Mason.
Whoa.
Nominated by listeners. Avatar 2, Black Adam, Don't Worry, Darling, Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, that was terrible. Halloween Ends, Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, Moonfall, Morbius, Pinocchio. Didn't see it. Tom
sorry.
Thunder, Uncharted.
Now, obviously,
I don't hate any of these.
if we scroll slightly down on this list, there's also the most just a movie. In addition
Yeah.
to the worst movie ever and the best movie ever, we've got a just a movie, so we've got to factor that in. So we've got to find the worst movie here.
Oh, God. Out of those?
Because Don't Worry, Darling was not the worst movie ever.
No, it was
Yeah.
kind of bizarre. It would be Pinocchio, but I didn't see it.
No, I saw it.
I know.
But I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of saying that the movie that only I saw was the worst movie ever, because then you'll get a big swelled head because you'll be like, I didn't see the worst movie ever. So it's not that. I'm going to say it's Thor, Love and Thunder. I thought it was bad.
I'm going to say...
Upsettingly bad.
See, I didn't even hate Morbius, but it was so nothing. But it's Morbius.
Okay.
The winner is Morbius, followed
Interesting.
by Fantastic Beasts. The only reason I didn't say Fantastic Beasts is because it was better than the previous one.
Yeah,
you know what?
right.
It is Fantastic Beasts. Fuck those movies.
Oh, wow.
They're terrible.
Wow.
Then Thor: Love and Thunder, then Jurassic World Dominion, which I would never put a Jurassic World movie as the worst movie
Wow.
ever. Never, ever, ever. Mark my
perhaps
words.
you'll find it in the most just a movie.
Now, for those people who don't know, just a movie is just a movie that's just fine.
Yeah.
It's okay, and I would also say that's most things.
Yeah.
It was okay.
So here's the nominations, very
Yep.
quite similar. Avatar: The Way of Water,
Yep.
Black Adam, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, Don't Worry, Darling, Jurassic World Dominion, The King's Man, Lightyear, Morbius, Thor: Love and Thunder, Uncharted.
Man.
So here's the thing. Again, I don't think Don't Worry, Darling was just a movie.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. At least it's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, maybe not for everybody, but I think it tried some things.
The King's Man had Hitler in it in the post-credits.
Which
so
is
that's
terrific.
something.
That's what we like. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, very sad, but still pretty good. So I'll introduce some new ideas and concepts and characters like that.
I would even say same with The Way of Water.
Yeah.
Like it's...
Yeah. And just, I mean, you could not, I feel you couldn't say Avatar with all its technical, its
No.
insane technical leaps forward, which was just a movie. Even if the plot is average,
Yeah.
which it is,
You're right.
incredible.
So I think it's between Black Adam,
Yep.
Morbius, and Uncharted.
What about Lightyear?
I didn't like it, so I
Yeah.
couldn't even say it was okay. I'd just be like, I didn't like it.
Right, yeah.
But Uncharted was just...
yeah.
And it came out in 2018.
I think it's Uncharted because it was just so, just an Indiana Jones movie with all the edges sanded off.
Imagine a video game that you can't play, and it's Tom Holland,
And exactly.
and nothing matters and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like even Black Adam was like, took some swings at some interesting stuff, I thought.
I don't think it did.
No, that's fair.
But it's
Yeah.
still Uncharted.
But it's Uncharted, just absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just
and big.
big and
But
nothing.
but nothing.
Big and nothing, yeah.
Like a big empty balloon.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
pop it and it doesn't pop.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
You'd think
it just
that-
disappears.
You'd think that I would have a lasting memory of somebody like lifting a pirate ship out of the ocean with helicopters or whatever. But
But
I'm
the
like,
cars in the plane? Remember he was jumping from cars to back to the plane?
not really, no.
Remember the cars were coming out of the plane?
I remember they were in a pizza shop in Spain or something, but it was just an
Remember
American
all the
pizza
weird
shop.
keys and cogs they turned and looked at?
Yeah.
Remember they'd shine a torch on a papyrus maybe?
Just a bunch of stuff from better action movies. Just
Better
all-
video games.
Better video games too, anyway.
Yeah.
What did people think?
Black Adam won.
Yeah,
23%.
yeah, that's also fair.
Followed by Love and Thunder and Uncharted. Yep.
Best movie ever, nominated by listeners.
Here we go.
We've got The Banshees of Inisherin.
I haven't
The
seen it.
Batman. So big, strong showing for Barry Keoghan
Yeah.
so far. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so big showing for Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Bullet Train, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion, A
was
Knives Out Story, Nope, Prey, Top Gun Maverick. Strong showing. I
Very
think.
strong.
Very strong.
I'm going to say Everything Everywhere All at Once. But I haven't seen the Banshees of Inisherin.
I also haven't
and
seen
I feel
it
like
yet.
it'd be right up my alley.
Yeah, it's not on
But
streaming
I haven't
yet in
seen
Australia.
it, so I can't say.
In other places, it's on Disney Plus.
What the fuck?
I know,
Alright.
right?
Glass Onion was good.
I might, yeah.
Nope was great.
Nope was great.
Yeah. I didn't see Triple R. Top Gun was really good.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say Everything Everywhere. Just Michelle Yeoh's performance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am going to go with, boy, RRR was really good. I love Top Gun Maverick, and it got people back in cinemas in a way. And, just a good solid movie.
Good movie.
Just remember when John Hamm got a bucket of dead fish poured on him
'Cause he was wrong.
Because he was the dean and he was wrong.
Yep.
Pretty great. I'm gonna go with Glass Onion, I think.
Good movie.
Yeah.
The Batman, 30.4%,
Okay.
followed by followed by Everywhere All at Once at 29.4%, and then Top Gun at 12%. Really good lineup.
That's right.
No comic book movies, Mason. One. And I say good. Most anticipated movies of 2023.
Ooh, okay, here we go. 65, Adam Driver versus, don't want to spoil that.
Oh, it's good.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Maybe.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
No.
Barbie movie.
Maybe.
Blue Beetle movie.
Don't know at all.
Cocaine Bear movie.
Yeah.
Creed 3.
Yeah.
Chris Reed.
Freed?
Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
Maybe.
Dune Part 2.
Oh, very good.
Evil Dead Rise.
I should watch the others, but maybe.
Okay, Fast and Furious 10.
Fuck off.
The Flash.
No.
Wow, you should have saved your effort.
I wish it would. I mean, The Flash has got so much going for
That's
it,
true.
except for the lead. Such a shame.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
God.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Prequel, so no.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Damn, maybe.
John Wick Chapter 4. Craven the Hunter.
Yep.
The Little Mermaid. Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Ooh.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
God damn it, Mason.
The Marvels.
Yeah.
Mithrigan.
Maybe.
Oppenheimer.
Too sad.
Oppenheimer Gangnam Style. Shazam Fury of the Gods.
Yeah.
Scream 6.
Yeah, Screaming New York.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Mason, you're killing me with this.
Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel.
Kill yourself.
Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Yeah, I just mean the movie, not
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
involved in
Right.
it. I wish no ill will.
Wonka.
It's
Write in others. God, there's some good stuff here.
Spider-Verse stands out. The Marvel stands out. Mission Impossible definitely stands out.
Yeah.
Craven the Hunter.
Here's the thing also.
Indiana Jones, Guardians 3.
I would love Blue Beetle to be good, and more than that, I would love Blue Beetle to come out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hang my hopes on a movie that could get completely finished, and then
Yep.
Warner Brothers is like, we're not
I
releasing
would
this.
also say, like, I've only seen on-set stuff. I don't know anything about it other
Same.
than that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can't. I'm going to say, though, it's either 65 for some reason.
Yes.
That's my guilty choice, guilty
Okay.
pleasure choice. But just out of pure hope in my heart
Uh-huh.
it's Indiana Jones 5.
Sure, yeah.
That's not me saying that it will be the best. That's me
Yeah.
wanting it to be incredible.
Yeah, look, I'm excited for Dungeons and Dragons, new Dungeons and Dragons, more for the cast than I think than anything else.
Yep.
But it looks suitably silly, which I like. I don't know if it's going to be great, but I will probably have a good time at the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I'm confident
gonna
is
be
going to be
wrapping up.
solid.
Yep.
But I'm not like, can't
to
wait.
say it.
Boy, hope against hope. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is good. That's James Mangold directing. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Ooh.
Dead Reckoning.
Wow.
Dead Reckoning. Dead. What about Wonka?
No.
He goes, hey ho, it's a prequel time.
Look, here's the thing. I think I am initially. Here's the initial tie: Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible.
Yep.
But Dead Reckoning will be on par, I think, with the previous Mission Impossible movies.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be pretty good,
Yep.
and I'm excited for that. But you're right. The feeling of anticipation is for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Can they pull off one last ride? And what's happened to Mutt?
Yeah.
He went to college.
He went, and he
And
died.
he fell in a ditch.
Yep.
Yeah, he fell off a roof. They were doing like
And he's still in the ditch. He keeps trying to climb out, but he slips back down.
yeah, because he's bad at adventuring in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing some sort of weird 1950s fad at college, curling on the roof or something, and he fell off the roof. And he's dead now.
And he's dead.
Yeah, so I think it's for
Yeah.
me because it's the one where it's in that state. It's in the
Yeah.
it's the Schrodinger state. Is it going to be good or not good?
We don't
I hope
know.
It's going to be good.
Me too.
But that's the one where I'm like, oh, I wish.
The listeners, though, Mason, they
Go on.
say Across the Spider-Verse,
Oh yeah, that's also going to be good.
26%, I agree. And then June, Part 2, 15%, then Guardians 3.
Is June? Is that still a Warner Brothers release?
Yes.
Could they can it?
No.
They
no,
might,
it's-
though.
it did too well.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
And then, of course, Mason.
Oh yes.
The Listener's Choice Award for the best podcast. You're not going to believe this.
Mm-hmm.
It's Do Go On.
What?
No, it's us.
Oh
We've
my
done
God.
it with 100%.
We did it again.
Yes!
Yes.
By popular demand.
That's exactly right, and because that's literally the only option.
By popular
That is
demand,
available, yes.
baby. All right.
What a year it's
What a
been.
year, Mason. Let's end the show.
Now we're going to do some more stuff.
We should.
Yeah.
Wow, what a lineup. That was long.
Yeah.
But in a way, very satisfying.
I agree.
That's what she said, Mason.
Oh, mate.
Good joke, do you reckon?
One of the best jokes you've ever done.
Thank you. I regret saying that. Let's move to the next segment of the show. But it troubles me, Mason.
Go on.
I
It
just
vexes you.
can't remember what the segment is called. Do you perchance remember?
It's called What We Read and What We're Going to Read, and then you play the theme song. Where is it? Where's the theme song, James?
I was stalling.
I
But
know.
now I'm ready. I'm doing the thing. End of the year.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I'll do that every week.
You should.
I won't.
Okay.
Maybe I will, though.
Whoa.
Now, Mason, in this segment when we talk about what we've been reading and watching and doing and whatever, I already
yes.
said that I watched Glenn Ross.
Yeah, okay.
A classic David Mamet movie.
That's how we say it.
That's
yes.
how we say it.
Yes, absolutely.
So it stars Al Pacino, Ed Harris, Jack Lemmon, who's amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, it's like from the early 90s. It's just a group of salesmen and they're just like, they're stressed and they're burnt out and there's tension and they're all going to lose their jobs. And it's raining and it's horrible and they're all smoking cigarettes and drinking. It's just an awful time all around. But it plays like a stage play because it was a stage play.
Uh-huh.
I never worked out who was Glenn and who was Gary and who was Ross.
Oh, yes.
But maybe I'll go back and check that out. But I thought it was wonderful. What a delight, Mason. What a Jack Lemmon in particular, just incredible performance.
Yeah, right.
I'd only known him from Grumpy Old Men, Mason.
And the sequel.
Grumpy men are back, and this time they've got a gun, and one of them is dead.
That's exactly right, yes.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
Well, we both read for our bonus podcast, the Big Sandwich Classic Comic Book Club, which is a very classic comic book podcast. We read...
That's what everyone says.
That's right. We read A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, written by Rick Remender and drawn by Andre Araujo,
Yeah.
which stars Benedict Wong.
He's wonderful in it.
Yes, that's right.
How does he
a
do it?
character who very much resembles Benedict Wong. Is a normal man in a tough situation. He gets he learns about various crimes being committed on the dark web, and he's like, I'm going to stop some of that. I reckon.
And how does he get out of it?
Well, Well,
We won't spoil
we
it.
won't spoil it, but it's great. It's very fast paced. It's great art.
Yeah.
It's 11 issues and very self-contained,
Yep.
singular story, and it's just a breeze to get through. And
We talk about
it's pretty
it in
grim.
depth, as
Yeah,
mentioned.
we absolutely talk
But,
about it in
yeah.
depth. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna read is there's a bunch of movies that I want to catch up on.
Yeah.
That
Well, it's nearly Pirate Bay Christmas, where they put
Yes.
anything that is not on a streaming service
Yeah.
gets like leaked online.
interesting.
But
right?
most things go to streaming services.
Is that a
now,
real
like-
term, or did you invent that?
I think I invented it.
That's
but
pretty
don't
good. I
know.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I got to watch, again, Banshees of Inisherin. I keep banging
Yeah.
on about it, but I haven't seen it. If it's out in the UK on Disney Plus, it's got to be in Australia.
Maybe it's going to be part of Pirate Bay Christmas.
Maybe it's going to be part of Pirate Bay Christmas. I would like to watch Tar, which is the
yeah.
Kate Blanchett movie.
That's
where people-
perfect for Pirate Bay
where-
Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. Where
Perfect
people are like,
gift.
is this based on a real woman? No, it's just they've just invented a woman.
Just a bucket of tar.
It's just a bucket of tar.
Yeah. They invented a woman?
Yeah.
Like Eve?
Like a character.
Like a character?
Yeah, like a character.
Some
It's
women
not a
are
biopic.
characters,
People,
yeah.
it very much confused people and other things. But I've, given we're taking a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
I reckon I'll track those down.
Because it's Pirate Bay Christmas.
But also, maybe they're at the cinemas.
Maybe they are. Some of these are at the cinemas, I would say.
Another thing. I'm going to look it up real quick.
You're going to watch Morbius again?
No, I'm not going to do that.
You're never going to watch it again?
No.
What about for Caravan of
Yeah, we'll have to
Garbage?
watch it for that
It's
one.
our first episode back. It's Morbius.
Oh, my
We've
God.
been Morbius 5 times in a row.
Wow.
No, that's not
Oh, the
true.
menu. I'm going to watch the menu.
Oh,
as
I
well.
got to watch the menu.
Right?
Oh, man, I can't wait for Pirate Bay Christmas.
It's going to
I'm
be
going to watch
beautiful.
so many movies.
There's so many pirates.
No, I want to see the menu at cinemas.
Yeah.
I think it's still at cinemas, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
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 Cool.
So they're my three. That's Meso's 3 hot picks of movies he hasn't seen.
Meso's saying these movies I'll see.
That's right.
Mason, should we move to the next segment of the show then?
Yeah.
Then give me the good word, bro.
Okay. Weekly Planet Letters theme. That's the
I
good word.
will not be stalling for you. I'll
Oh,
sit
no,
in
that's
silence
fair.
while you figure this out.
Okay. The classic one was
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
You know they're here right now. We're going to do letters.
Mason,
Go on.
letters segment.
Love
Last
it.
one for the year.
Yes.
This is the segment where we go, if you reach the show via hashtag Weekly Planet Pod, we might read that out.
That's right.
Or if you reach the show via weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com, maybe we'll read that out.
That's right.
Do you have a letter?
I have 2 letters here, James.
Oh, God.
Here's number 1 from Steve. He
Steve.
says, too much to watch.
Remember that guy we knew who we called Steve?
I remember that guy, yeah.
The difference between this Steve and that Steve that we knew.
2 fewer Steves.
The Steve that we knew was much worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know this guy at all who wrote the letter.
Yeah, yeah.
But there is no way he's worse than the other
Absolutely,
guy that we
that
know.
Steve was
It's
one of the worst.
impossible.
That's true. Hey, it's Steve from Newcastle. Looking at the survey for the Weekly Planet Awards made me panic and want to have a nap. I have barely watched anything. Question, how much from this year is actually worth watching?
I don't know, 10%.
Percentage, 10%. Wow. Of all
Like
the-
you need to watch it?
Right, uh-huh.
Yeah.
But no, but I
But
think,
it also depends what you like.
but I think there's a
But I
diff-
need to have watched it to know that.
But I think there's a difference between worth watching and you need to watch.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon 50% of what
Yeah,
came
no,
out
you're
this
right,
year
you're right,
is
you're right.
worth a watch,
You're
I
right,
reckon.
you're right.
But again, like, there is so much out, isn't there?
I'm surprised I'd seen most of that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's our job, I guess, though.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, anyway, don't worry about it.
Yeah. But it is interesting as well. Like, a lot of the time, like as we mentioned, a lot of the time I'm like, okay, there's so many series and there's, 10 episodes
Yeah.
of this and there's a new Netflix movie and all this
And
sort of
you
stuff.
work full-time outside of this as well.
But a lot
yeah.
of the time I'll sit down, I'm like, man, I've got 2 hours to kill. Anyway, YouTube, here it goes.
Yeah.
Let's just scroll YouTube and
Find
find
a weird
random thing.
video essay on a crypto scam or something,
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah,
watch
yeah.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
This is via Deej Games.
I think it's been a good year for cinema and TV and
Interesting.
podcasts.
Wow.
We won that award earlier.
Man, I'm so happy
Right?
for us.
Yeah.
It's from Deej Games. It says, hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. How the hell can Gal Gadot return? Didn't she get run over by a train? Now, he says that because big screen leaks revealed that Fast X was recently screened and Gal Gadot is featured in one scene. Alternate Cut was shown the week before and that didn't feature her. So, yes, her character of Gazelle is coming back. And
Was she hit by a train?
I think she fell out of a plane
Oh, that wouldn't
and
kill her.
into smoke.
Again, I reckon the energy of the amulet that Vin Diesel holds that
Yeah.
makes them all immortal, I reckon that would extend to her.
Yeah.
Even if he hasn't seen her in a while.
She would have heard.
Because he's always thinking of her.
Yeah. As she hit the ground, she would have heard a distant ooh. And she would have got to her feet.
Yeah, because Vin Diesel is always constant. That character is always constantly thinking about his family at all times. Every member of his family, which is everyone he's ever met.
It's true.
Who hasn't tried to shoot him for a while. And he would have been thinking about her, and so she would have the immortality would have been granted to her.
Yeah,
she would have hit
exactly.
the ground and she would have been fine. So I wouldn't worry.
Or
about
she's
it.
got a twin sister.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of trains, here's an email from Colin.
Hello, Colin.
Subject line: I work on Polar Express.
What?
All caps.
We talked about that.
Greetings, James and Meso. Heard on the pod recently that you were going to be doing a Christmas commentary on the Polar Express. We did, and it's on YouTube.
I just want to say, of the last 10 videos that I've released on my channel,
Is it doing the worst?
it is solidly at number 10 by quite a lot.
Is it because it's an hour and a half long?
It's an hour and a half long, and it's a commentary on the movie The Polar Express. It's not even a video. It's just us being like, this is terrible.
Do you think that this will somehow trick the YouTube algorithm
No.
into thinking that we are the kind of people that make long-form essays?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
And at the top, we've got Avatar, of course. 2 Avatar videos.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So it'll be like Lindsay Ellis and what you're a fan of Lindsay Ellis or what have you, and then it's just like, you like Polar Express?
Polar Express commentary?
2 guys going, stupid.
This looks bad. This looks bad.
Anyway, Colin says, it just so happens I work on the steam locomotive used for the film.
Yeah, that was a digital train. You can't trick me.
The Pierre Marquette 1225
The Pierre
was
Marquette.
built in 1941 and today is owned and operated by the Steam Railroading Institute in Owasso, Michigan.
I don't believe you.
It's a well, here's some more facts, James, and maybe you'll believe him after this.
It better be a volunteer organisation.
It's a volunteer museum that educates and restores
Awesome.
vintage railroad equipment, and yes, we do run Christmas trips. I look forward to listening to the commentary and want to wish all you and all the great mates a happy holidays. Can I be the official locomotive engineer of the podcast?
I did say it was a real train. I said that in the commentary.
Indeed.
That is very exciting.
very
Has it
cool.
got the room full of mannequins or whatever they had in it?
Yeah, they've added more
Puppets?
mannequins.
Is Tom Hanks on the roof?
Yeah. Well, there's a photo, actually.
Yeah?
Here it is.
Is Tom Hanks on the roof?
Yeah, you won't get off the roof.
Damn, that's a train.
That's a train.
A lot of
It's
people
heck of a
don't
train.
recognise that, but
Oh,
I
my
do.
goodness.
Cool.
I love it.
It's not very Christmassy though, is it?
I mean, it looks, it's more grey, isn't it?
More train than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
God, that movie.
And if you're thinking the band Train, wrong.
No,
Mm-hmm.
you're wrong. This is from Russell Michaels, who says hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. So, hashtag Weekly Planet Pod, would you consider doing a holiday-a-thon, a different movie from various major holidays? Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Die Hard, Independence Day, a war movie for Memorial Day. Something classy, Mason.
Oh, yes.
I don't mind that idea. Pick a holiday, be like, let's do Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah.
That turkey animated movie and Planes, Trains.
That's right.
That's the only ones.
I think I have a similar email here.
What?
I bet I do.
Tell me the truth.
But I bet I bloody do. I'll tell you what. Oh, here it is. This is from Matthew. He says, still my favourite pod, which is nice.
Nice.
Hello, James Mason and Little James.
Yeah.
Hope you guys have a good break and a great Christmas. Also hope you guys are excited for the Banshees of Inisherin. We are.
I am.
I have seen and left the cinema with floods of tears. As I know your feelings towards the true villains of the Titanic, the Irish, I was wondering if you would do an Irish-themed caravan of garbage for St. Patrick's Day.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
If so, I'd recommend either The Guard, 2011,
So I like that one.
or the Irish classic Barrytown trilogy. I don't know what that is.
What is that?
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
He says, anyway, regardless of suggestions, you guys have had a fantastic year of content, and I will be joining BigSandwich.co in the new year.
Barrytown Trilogy. There's The Commitments from 87, then The Snapper from 1990.
I remember The
then
Commitments.
The Van.
Yeah.
There's also The Guts
Oh.
from 2013. Have we talked about this?
The Barrytown trilogy? Absolutely not. We've talked about your friend Barry.
I do know my friend Barry. I
That
know
is
him
very
in real
true.
life. Sequel film adaptation. Yeah, I think we've talked about something like this or something similar. All right, I'm going to watch these, whatever these are, because there's 3 of them, at least 3. They must be good. Oh, and also Russell Michael says, can I be the official Pennsylvania mate of the podcast?
Sure, I guess.
Excellent.
Yeah. We're giving them away. It's the end of the year. You want one? Just claim
You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
This is my last tweet for the year, Mason. It's from Christine, hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Now, she, in the picture that she sent, is wearing a Rope Pope Cop t-shirt,
Oh, no.
and it says, not the other part, doesn't say the other part, just that part, and says, got this Christmas gift from my fiance, wanted to shout him out on the pod. His name is Josh. Shout out, Josh. You've done
You
it.
got the photo there?
Yeah, I can bring it up. I don't have
that.
it right now, but I will do it. Isn't that fun?
That is fun. One of our best characters, I think, Rope Pope Cop.
And what's he not, Mason?
I mean, he's certainly a pope and a cop.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I know.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's a robot.
Turn on notifications on Twitter. Yes, please. I don't, mate. I don't really want that. I'm joking. Yeah. Now that's Rope Pope.
That's Rope Pope Cop.
That's
You better
Rope
believe it.
Pope Cop.
And
Love
that
it.
is the podcast, James.
Woo!
That's the podcast for 2022.
That's the only podcast we do. That's not true, actually. I do another one. And we do the
We
bonus
do the bonus
stuff.
ones, yeah. We guest appearance.
guest on stuff
Well, which
occasionally.
reminds me, if anybody's here at this point still,
Yep.
I was on Book Cheat this week.
Oh.
Myself and Naomi Higgins.
Oh,
we
that
talked
was the
about-
live one that you
Yeah,
did?
yeah. So that's finally up. So if you weren't there,
About bloody time.
so barely, and that's barely anyone because most of the population of the world was there.
Yeah.
Myself and Naomi Higgins and Dave Warnocky, we all talked about the very Christmassy James Bond novel on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh.
Yes.
That's exciting.
That's very exciting.
I agree.
But that is the whole show. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening, both this episode and the entire year.
Yeah, it's really incredible, man. I mean, just bloody hell, you know?
Just bloody hell.
incredible. We're coming up. It will be
Christ on a bike.
It's agreed. I was going to do the other part. But Mason, it's been 10 years. It will be 10 years next year when we come back, which is just incredible. Who knew? Not me.
I did.
First of all, I don't like being this old. This sucks. I wanted to be younger than now.
Huh.
Why aren't I?
You should have followed my routine. I'm younger than ever.
God damn it. God damn it. But
I'm
no,
just a little boy.
Just the
I'm just a little boy, James.
just the fact, again, I probably talk about this too much, but I get to do this and it just affords me the free time to spend time with my family and have enough money to do a thing that I enjoy doing, and people seem to enjoy it for the most part.
That's
I guess.
right.
And then it's just terrific, and it's just I cannot thank people enough for the opportunity to do this, because I know they're for the grace of God or whatever you believe in. This would just not have happened.
That's true.
It's just mostly luck, and who knew?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's also true, and I echo all those words, James. But also, just want to shout out the haters. Just doing some big kisses to the haters.
Why?
Just I don't know. I think even the haters deserve some kisses, James.
Nah, I don't know.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
They don't want to kiss though.
Wow, well, too bad.
You shouldn't kiss people if they don't want to be kissed.
They're air
Mason.
kisses, James.
Oh, they're air kisses,
Yeah,
are they?
that's right, yeah.
So I don't think it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're on the side of the haters?
Yes, Mason.
Whoa, you're a hater.
I'm David Hater,
Oh,
voice of Solid Snake
I know who
sometimes.
David Hayter is.
Sometimes Solid Snake.
wow.
What else, Mason?
Oh, well, folks, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for telling your friends about it. That's how we get new listeners.
Yep.
And that's probably, that's how we keep this thing going.
That's right.
And rolling. Thank you for leaving a 5-star review. James, you got any 5-star reviews?
Got a couple here. This from Tristan, who says, love these fellas. Tristan did an app as well and gave us 5 stars.
Do you know that for sure?
Yep. I just wanted to say, love this podcast, especially as an Australian living in America. I haven't been able to visit home because of the pandemic, and it's amazing to be able to hear some familiar voices talking about things I myself am interested in. Thank you, boys, for the constant laughs while I'm bored at work. Love that. I hope you did make it back to Australia at some point. Don't worry.
Be happy.
Be happy. And nothing has changed. It's all the same shit. Next up is from
That's probably not true.
name a thing that's changed.
In Australia,
Yeah.
there's more schooners in Melbourne.
There might be more schooners.
Yeah. Because we used to be a
It was
pint
pints
or
or
pot.
pots. I do like having the in-between option.
Yeah,
You're right.
same.
You're right. Things have changed dramatically.
It's true.
This one's from
Good luck recognising Melbourne when you get here.
This is from Brian, who says, absolutely love Nick and Mason. I've been a Mr. Sunday Movies fan for years, but I've just started listening to the podcast at work. I have a hard time holding in my laughter in front of the customers. A great nerdy podcast, and they have the most equate tastes and opinions. Thanks, guys.
What's our
a
taste
job?
like?
Equate. EQUATE.
Huh.
Here's a question. Actually, this is telling me to check the spelling. It says equal, but that's not right. What job is it
Yes.
where you're listening to this podcast and dealing with customers?
Oh, that's a great question.
Don't know. Something to think about over the
true.
new year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what else?
Maybe you got a sneaky headphone in.
Well, I do
Maybe
love a
that's
sneaky
why.
headphone.
Maybe
I used to do
it's-
that in school. I used to run one up my sleeve and then I'd
yes.
sit on a desk like this, Mason,
Wow.
with my head in my ear.
Oh, that's good.
and I'd listen to
So,
Triple M. Or
instead
whatever.
instead of looking like you're listening to the radio, it looks like you're just incredibly bored in the class.
Yeah.
Great.
I think that's
terrific.
completely fine.
That is terrific.
And I was. So I'd be sitting like that regardless.
And now you're a famous YouTuber.
I'm the most
So
famous
kids,
YouTuber.
Put a thing in
The
your
thing-
arm.
You don't need because you've got AirPods probably.
Yeah,
but
that's probably true. But cover them up. Cover them up.
Cover them up. Wear your hair long.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like a damn hippie.
If they ask, say, I've got gum in my ear.
That's right.
And then shout at them. Shout at your teachers.
Yeah, that's right. All of these are good lessons. Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to Weekly Planet Pod at Gmail, at Facebook, at Twitter, at Bandcamp. You can go to the, you can go to the bloody...
Planet Broadcasting Great Mates
You
Group.
can absolutely go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Group.
That will be running in some capacity, I assume, over the January break, maybe in limited capacity.
Oh, that's right.
It's still going.
You can also go to the Weekly Planet Pod subreddit and Discord. If you want to follow some people on the socials, you can follow our friend Rob Collings on Twitter. He's at Raw Collings. He's also at The Weekly Planet. You can follow those for all the important Weekly Planet news and updates, and also just fun audio and video that Collings puts together. He makes little animations. He makes all kinds of stuff.
Does all sorts
you follow
of
him on
things.
YouTube as well.
I agree.
There's a bunch of very fun videos. More fun than our bloody nonsense, I tell you them.
Disagree.
Okay, yeah, our nonsense is also very entertaining. You can also follow me at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter and at Nick Maso on Instagram. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies and chuck in a buck or any amount you wouldn't miss. We know times are tough. You don't have to do anything. You just listen to this podcast. It's a free podcast.
That's right.
We love making a free podcast. But if you want, well, give us $1.
If you want to
we
give
don't
us
mind.
$1.
We don't mind that at all.
Give us
Or if you're a
$1.
big spender, you can go to bigsandwich.co. You can get bonus podcasts, early videos, ad-free podcast feed, all kinds of stuff. We will be... we've already recorded some stuff.
We have.
For the break.
But there will be more.
So you'll be subscribed, and even though we're on a little holiday, you can get some bonus stuff. So that's very exciting. Thank you to The Brute and the Basilisk for all our musical themes, and also Rackham. And if you want some T-shirts...
Rope Cobb.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can go to tpublic.com and just search for The
You'll
Weekly
wear it and
Planet.
people will be like, I don't get it.
You know, and then you can say his famous catchphrase, and people will love that. But yeah, just go search for The Weekly Planet, and some of the T-shirts are real, and some are weird knockoffs.
I agree.
But just do what you like.
Do you like?
I mean, in a real sense, we don't make any money off that.
No.
So just do whatever you want.
Every now and then
Live your life.
I get an email and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Did that come with any money? I don't know. Never checked. I also just want to shout out of everybody who works in and around us, Mason.
Oh, yes.
Including the Facebook group, including the different YouTube channels, TikTok and whatever. We've got
Podcast
Maisie.
co-host,
Podcast
Nick
co-host.
Mason.
That's true, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
obviously. Yeah, I guess. Maisie, obviously. Fidel, Sarabi, my wife, Claire, Robert Collings, Lawrence, Matt, Ben. I think Mitch was even doing videos earlier this year, but he's moved on to other things.
Yes.
He's not dead, I think. But no, I really appreciate all those people who help out. It's really terrific. And it means that I do less. And that's what I'm
That is
about.
terrific.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Just a wonderful group of people.
You follow the Winston Churchill rule of never stand when you can sit, never
That's
move
right.
where you can remain still.
It's true. And also to you, Nick Mason, because I literally could not do the show without you. I'd have to do a different show. And I'd probably have to do it with somebody. I'd have to I don't know. I just wouldn't like it as much. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That
Finally, he's admitted it. He's admitted that sometimes he would have a worse time with somebody else in the room. You old softy, James.
I shouldn't have been vulnerable for that.
That's right, you idiot. You are vulnerable like a real chump, and I'm never going to let you forget it until next week when I've already forgotten what we both said.
Exactly. Anyway, if you have any kind words for me, Mason, now would be the perfect opportunity. If you had kind words.
Oh, yeah. That T-shirt is a lovely shade of blue.
Yeah, it's got a little elk on it or something.
You didn't let me finish. That T-shirt's a lovely shade of blue, but not on you.
Well, I'm glad the T-shirt's happy.
You're welcome.
All right.
Well, I'm
thanks.
glad to have this opportunity. And I'm going to request my long service leave at 10 years. So I better
Oh,
look
yeah,
out
we
for
should
that.
do that. Who do I put in the request to? Is
I
it
don't
you?
know.
Did we,
I guess.
did we
yeah.
request each other?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Grab
Have a
that
safe
jam, you
New Year.
guys. We will see you in the new year, I think.
23rd.
But keep looking at the YouTubes.
Keep
and the Big
looking at
Sandwich
it.
and all that sort of
Something's
stuff.
going up there.
You know.
Bye.
Bye.